Two tired dudes. And the fun part is when I upload this to YouTube, I might cut these little parts out still. But this one isn't going to be an edit one. So if you're looking forward to all my little doodads I throw into the video format of this one, unfortunately I won't be able to, because I just really want to capture that hype train that's going on right now with Summer Game Fest, and I want to make sure that sorry, I should be on this one here. I just want to make sure that I'm able to stay with the momentum right now, if you get what I mean. Hey there, hi there, ho there, everybody. It's Mindful Pig, and this is, of course, the Two Tired Dudes podcast. On this episode, we're going to be discussing everything about Summer Game Fest, because what else are we going to talk about? Like, really, come on now. It's the biggest event. One of the biggest events of the year. Definitely something exciting that we all look forward to, and I'm really excited to dive into it. We had pretty decent discussion with everybody on the Discord community with this one. Say it. We were all. I mean, we were hyped, but there was definitely a division across the board there, I think, with everybody. But yeah, I'm just excited to dive into it and dive into the games. I listened to quite a few podcasts this week, so I feel like I got enough background knowledge now to give some good opinions on this stuff. I think I saw JW. Well, I guess he's playing Peekaboo. I do have my list up here, though. I just quickly went to IGN. Oh, there he is. He is back. I just went to IGN and grabbed their summer game list. So this way I can hopefully remember most of the things that came out there. I remember a lot of the Xbox ones, but I'm not gonna lie. The first the first part of Game Fest kind of went to the back of my memory now. But yeah, hey,
Sort of all of a blur, really.
I know, right? I used to make fun of like Jamie and Jonesy and all of them when they would go over this stuff. It's like, now I get it. Like after a few days, you're like, okay, what did I see? But yeah, how's it going, buddy?
Okay. Tired. Then I'm part of the Two Tired Dudes podcast, so it works.
It's perfect. A little tired, a little sick, eh?
Maybe. Still not sure. It's a sore throat.
Oh, okay. What was I say to you? Oh, how was your week of gaming though? I think I saw last you were still talking about Stellar Blade.
Yeah. Well, I've been jumping around. So I've done a bit more Stellar Blade. I've done a bit more Dragon's Dogma 2. I've done one of the stories in the new Alan Wake 2 expansion. And
Nice.
played a bit after seeing the announcements for Perfect Dark. I went and started playing the Perfect Dark on N64 again. And so yeah, no, I've been playing a bunch of demos on Steam as well, so I've been jumping around a lot.
Nice. You really play a lot. That's so cool. I love that you have an N64 now and you can actually like enjoy that nostalgia experience. Oh man.
No, actually, actually it's not nostalgic. I'm too logical, I guess. I don't know. I try to put the nostalgia away and see if it holds up. And so I'm ruining all my childhood games.
Yeah, yeah. I was just saying, that's the bad part, because they definitely won't hold up to today's standards. At least most of them, I would imagine, at this point. A lot of that's
Yeah, I mean, the ones that I find are still fun or holds up are, I guess, the ones where it was later in the end of the N64 era. So, the later games, so meaning Conquer, Perfect Dark, and, a bunch of others. And the multiplayer ones, meaning the Mario Party ones, have hold up because it's great fun. And even Kirby has somewhat hold up
Oh yeah, I totally forgot
because
the
basically,
Kirby games.
basically in the N64, it's like the time where everything, the 3D was new, right?
Yeah,
So they tried so many different things. So it's cool to see all the things they've tried to do in the past. Like revisiting Perfect Dark was amazing because there were so many features that we still use today, but that today is much better, right? And like I was blown away at what they were trying to do back in the olden days, right? With
yeah,
just having the 64 power and doing so much with it. And even the sound and music are still extremely well. Like they've aged well, very good. Like I was surprised by that because often with, I would say, let's say NES games or Super NES games, the music didn't necessarily hold up very well. It's a lot of
like bit noises.
strident noise.
Yeah,
Yeah, very noisy, right? And it's not like a song that you would listen to in your, I don't know, while you're working or something, right?
yeah.
But the N64 have a bunch of games where the songs are still very good and you would listen to. Like Conquer and Kirby have a lot of songs like that. And so yeah, no, it's certainly a cool experience to go back to. I've ruined GoldenEye for myself because it's not very good anymore. But
Oh no, I agree with you. Like when that came on Xbox, like everyone was so hyped over it. I played it, and it was like in my head, I knew it. I was like, I'm gonna regret this because the controls are gonna feel annoying, and like just the gameplay is gonna be irritating. And like that's exactly what it was. I think I beat like the first level, and the second, I was like, okay, I'm done. I don't want to play this anymore.
yeah, well, it's funny because I was hyping it up for my wife because I was like, "Oh, this is great! It's gonna be fun." So I started, and of course, I forgot nothing is unlocked.
Yeah,
Everything is like locked away, so there's just a small amount of weapons you can use at the start, and the modes have weird names that I don't remember which is which. I was a bit confused. We played a bit, and we just mostly ran through walls and at each other, and it was like, okay, it's not that good.
yeah, right. It just you nailed it before, right? Like comparing that to Perfect Dark.
Boy, did we already begin?
Yeah, yeah, Sheila, we did.
Yes.
Fuck.
But yeah.
Alright, I'll mute myself because I'm trying to get home. I just have a butt of a dog that doesn't want to go nowhere.
Oh, okay. No worries. Yeah, I was gonna say like
But yeah, no, like you, the first level, I started it, and I was shocked of how bored I was with it.
yeah,
Like I was going around, and then I died, and then it started me at the beginning. I was like, I'm not doing this again. Like it
yeah,
wasn't good enough for that.
exactly.
And
There's like no
which just go ahead, sorry.
no, it's just there's no checkpoints or like anything. So like you could be at the very end of that level, you make a mistake, and it's like you're all the way back to the beginning. It's like screw this. Like I don't got that kind of time.
Well, that's not the problem per se. It's just the game wasn't fun enough for me to do that, right? Like on the first level, if you remember, there are like two big towers,
Yep.
and so just going up those towers to go kill someone was such a hassle and so complicated, and it just obtuse, and it wasn't very fun, right? Which is a bit in contrast to when I started playing Perfect Dark again for some reason. Because if you know the history of it, Perfect Dark was initially supposed to be a sequel to GoldenEye, okay?
Oh, okay.
But Rare lost the bidding rights to make another James Bond game to EA. Then it was the next game was made by EA instead. But Rare was okay with that because they wanted to do something else than be in the James Bond universe. But they had I already started development, I think, so they decided to went into another direction, and just now they could do anything they wanted with it, right? So they decided to push it to the limit with Perfect Dark, and so that's why it has a lot of similarities with GoldenEye.
That's wicked. Wow, I had no idea that was the history behind it. That's cool.
Yeah, and I don't know. Like replaying Perfect Dark was somehow super fun compared to GoldenEye, and I'm not sure why. I haven't found a reason yet. Like I've been thinking about it every day. It's bothering me so much that I can't find a reason why I'm enjoying so much more Perfect Dark than GoldenEye.
Well, I think you're right though.
And
Like I'm trying to think back what it was like playing Perfect Dark. It's been a minute. But I definitely played GoldenEye like recently, last year or whatever. And you're right, like it's so fucking boring. Like, I mean, I know they give you the options. So I think there's like normal and whatever, double agent and all that other bullshit. So basically like normal, easy and hard, right? So like that
well,
first,
it's not just that.
no, but like that first level you're
These
talking about,
live.
right? Like you can power through it if you want to, and like you're done. You completed it normal. Or if you look at the hard mode, right? Like you don't have to. I'm just saying as an example, right? If you look at hard mode, there's actually like a whole other layer to that first level that you have to like go down to the basement, right? And then kill another like 15 guards and all this other horse shit.
Yes, exactly.
Like,
Right.
yeah,
Yeah.
it's just too much. It's just too much boring shit in that one area. Like I get that feeling you had.
Well, in Perfect Dark, it's a bit different. I mean, they have the similar concept of it's harder and the more you go up.
Yeah.
But every difficulty level not only, ups the enemies, but it also adds more objectives to do and stuff to go around the map. Like there's new ways of doing that first level, let's say,
Yeah.
as you go up the difficulties, which is very cool. Like there's a bunch of neat details like this that is very nice.
And even like comparing
Like
like
I discovered,
one, like it's a James Bond, right? You got your pistol, right? You either got the pistol or you can have the assault rifle. But like in Perfect Dark, I remember there was like different gadgets and stuff I could use to like take down those guys. It wasn't just like shoot, 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 shoot.
yeah, exactly, yeah. I mean, there are proximity mines in James Bond as well, but no,
True.
you're right. It mostly you have different kinds of assault rifles and different kinds of pistols, but you mostly have assault rifles and pistols, right?
Yeah.
And an RPG, I think.
Yep. Yeah.
But it's true, and Perfect Dark have a bunch of different weapons, but not only do they have weapons, but each weapon has a secondary mode to them.
Oh yeah, that's right.
So there's an assault rifle, let's say. Its second mode is that it follows the targets, meaning when you aim in Perfect Dark, you can sort of highlight enemies as you go through them. And then so if you shoot with the assault rifle, it will go in order in which you targeted these people, right? Which is cool. I mean, it's too time consuming to be useful, but it's a cool feature.
Yeah, it's just cool to have. It's so funny too, like when you think about it, because like I got to play that rare replay, right? So on there's quite a few N64 games, and it's so funny like how great they did with like a game like Perfect Dark, and then like I played another one that was like talked about quite a bit, Blast Corps or whatever, and I played that one, and I was like, man, this is the most boring fucking game in the world. Like you literally just go from point A to point B, and like yeah, you might destroy some stuff along the way, but it's so basic. Like there's maybe like the generic skyscrapers and like sand looking, I don't know, gravel, I guess you're going across. Like it's just, I don't know, it's just so boring. It's like
Well, I think I was coming to that actually because I was asking my wife, like, what seems to be the difference here? And she seems to think that the level design and presentation of Perfect Dark is better than GoldenEye, because GoldenEye has a lot of wide level maps with towers or stuff in these big wide maps, right?
that's true, yeah.
Or there's a lot of emptiness in those levels, or big rooms and stuff like that. And sometimes you have no idea what it's supposed to Beer.
Yeah.
Like there's a map in GoldenEye where you're just inside a cavern and you can't see shit. It's just you just go through every wall, and so and compared to Perfect Dark, where they've really made an effort, I think, to make this sensical level layout, right? Of going around using elevators, or if you don't want to use elevators, you can take the stairs, and a bunch of stuff like that. There's like multiple ways of doing stuff like that.
Yeah. They did such a great job with that game. I'm kind of disappointed now to try out the second one. I didn't expect much out of it. But yeah, it's too bad you and Jimmy both agreed that it was kind of shit, especially after such a
Well,
banger of the first one.
yeah, well, I mean, there's a lot to go through as to why, but it's quite different than from its predecessor.
Oh, hey Tommy.
So, what about you, Mindful? What have you been playing
That's a good
or
question.
just doing in general?
That's a damn good question. Well, I finished up the Persona journey right now. I mean, I'll still play it and I'll still try to beat Persona 3. But I did do my 20 hours like I was gonna promise right for the podcast. And then Jimmy and myself gave our thoughts.
Okay, so you didn't finish it.
No, I'll be 20 hours in. I'm on to the second boss now, but like I will progress through that story throughout the year. But I don't have to.
Yeah, I did think it was fast.
Yeah. And then Jimmy gave his thoughts on Fallout 4 as well. And then the next one I got that he gave me was Bramble. I think that was the title of it. It's supposed to be like just a 4-hour indie game, I believe. He said it's worth a playthrough, so I'm gonna try out that one. I still haven't tried that fucking Digimon game. I definitely want to play it. It was literally sitting on my PlayStation this whole time. Yeah, shit. Where did I play? I did play Fallout 76.
Oh yeah, that Bramble thing looked good. Actually, my sister was telling me to play that one as well.
Oh really? Yeah, I think it's on Game
Yeah.
Pass, but it's supposed to be leaving soon. Yeah, if you want to get it for free. Oh, Switch. I'm trying to think of what was the thing I've been on the most? The Switch. I've just played a lot of Breath of Fire. Like I just decided I was gonna try to wrap up that storyline. I played it for a little bit, but then the Juggernaut, I think he just either brought it up one day or he caught wind that I was playing it, and he like hyped it up so much. It's like, yeah, just stick with it. It's so good. I was like, okay, I'll stick with it. It's not bad, right? But it's Super Nintendo times, right? So like, I mean,
Right.
when you stop playing for a little bit, you jump back into your.
So it didn't age well for you.
Yeah, it's just that one part, right? Like I hate games where like it doesn't give you any idea where you were at last, like no kind of recap, nothing.
Right.
Thanks, Tommy. But the game itself is really good. They have a lot of impressive mechanics, such as auto battle, right, which speeds things up. There's some really cool parts in the game where, like, let's just say, for example, I activate this robot, and I don't expect much because it's a Super Nintendo game, but it's kind of cool that they actually made the robot move throughout the map. There's like issue with this one town where water isn't pouring through, and then just seeing how you end up removing the issue and how that water travels through. Like, it's just a lot of little things that, like, now in a game I'd be like, okay, I kind of expect this, but back then it's like, okay, it's kind of cool that they were really pushing the Super Nintendo to its limits, right, on its animations and stuff like that. But yeah, it's a neat little RPG. It's definitely worth a playthrough. I'm enjoying it, at least. Ooh, sorry.
Well, good. At least you enjoyed it.
Yeah. It's nice to go back. I like playing retro games every once in a while just to see like what I might have missed out on from that timeline. Congratulations, Tommy. Glad you caught it, buddy. Yeah. I said Fallout 76 was fun yesterday. I don't know. I want to play that one more time by myself to see if I'm still into it. With friends, it's always great, but I mean that's a normal concept, right? But yeah, I want to see.
Well, speaking of, the Xbox Showcase did talk about an expansion for Fallout 76, no?
Yes, yeah. There's going to be a whole new part of that map finally, so it won't just be the same area that everyone's been playing in for the past, I don't know, what has it been, 5 years, maybe now, 6 years?
Yeah, I heard it was the first time it was first of its kind of that kind of a update, a new map and all that. I mean,
Yeah, yeah. I don't think they've ever really upgraded the map prior to this, so that'd be exciting to see. But yeah, I mean that's a good little segue. Oh, thank you, Ice Queen, for the follow. I appreciate it. Um, oh, was it tomorrow, Tommy? The update? Holy shit! I didn't think we were gonna get the update that
yeah,
quickly. Wow.
that's why I segued.
Um, nice. No, I'm just surprised because they're okay. So that game got an update. Starfield got an update that same day as the what you call it showcase was
Yeah,
revealed.
there's a bit of a controversy around that one. Have you heard of this?
Oh no, it was a controversy.
Apparently, people can start the quest because they thought it was a free update, but then to finish the or to find that the second part of that quest, you need to pay a £10 DLC.
Wow.
From what I read, I don't know how blown out of proportion it is because I don't play Starfield, but I've heard that the first part is free and that second part you need to. And they really call it so. I don't know if it's one first quest and then a second quest that completes that first quest. I don't know, but that's what I heard. Read.
That sucks. That's like some Destiny 2 shit.
Oh yeah, that's very scummy. But you know that's Bethesda. So.
Yeah, I know. Same ones that used to charge you back in
I,
the day for Elder Scrolls Online in order to play it.
I mean, it's because of them that DLC exists. The horse armor.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. The very first one with Oblivion. That's right. Um, but yeah, thank you for the follow, Ice Queen. I appreciate it. Sorry, JW, go ahead, buddy. JW, did you cut out, bud?
No, I'm here.
Oh, okay.
I was wondering if you cut out.
No, I was saying you can go ahead, buddy. I thought you were saying something.
I didn't hear that. Okay, no, no. I finished my point. Bethesda is shit is all.
Very true. Very solid. Um,
No, okay. Let's continue. The another game that had an expansion was, like I mentioned earlier, Alan Wake 2, which the first expansion is like a set of, as I can see now, of multiple different stories, and like very just bizarre story that I don't know if it's going to be go to something or if it's just comedy, but basically you play certain characters in certain scenarios. So, for example, in Alan Wake 2, you can gather notes from a secret admirer
okay.
that loves all Alan's writing, and so that person at some point you discover who it is and all that. But so you get to play that character in a story, in like an amazing, funny story where she's the hero. She's a super genius that everybody loves, and that the Alan's evil twin is jealous of him, and now you have to go save Alan from his army of haters. So, as a fan, she must defend the writer. So, a very funny situation like this. That small stories like this that are sort of interlinked with the Night Spring show, which is a sort of parody of the Twilight Zone, but in the Alan Wake universe, where Alan Wake wrote for. So, and there's Warland Door, which is one of the main characters in the Alan Wake 2 that narrates all that. So I don't know if it's going to interlink into something. But for now, it's all individuals, weird, funny stories.
I love that fucking game. Like, honest to God, like they just literally go off the walls with it. Like,
Oh yeah, for sure.
Like,
I mean,
oh,
there's a lot of inspiration from Twin Peaks in general, and maybe some of Stephen King's writing. But in general, it's quite funny and original.
yeah. Okay, and like the new expansion that came out, because like I obviously haven't played a lot of them, and I was kind of talking to Jimmy about it. Is it also like have like characters from Quantum Break and and Control in it as well? Sorry, my voice came out there. Like, are they like mixing like all of their timelines together in this new DLC?
Well, it's hard to know because in the trailer we did see Jesse Faden from Control in the
Okay.
story. There, in one of those stories, there's in Alan Wake 2. There's a guy, the one of the sheriffs, that he is the same actor that did the Quantum Break main character, right?
Oh, okay. So that was
And
the connection.
even has a similar name. So there are links between. Control has a DLC linked with Alan Wake heavily. That was
Yeah,
like story wise important. So yeah, Remedy are linking their universes and are
that's
have found a great way of doing it. It's all working out for now.
yeah. I like it. I like it a lot.
Like it's not stupid or anything. It really, really works well. And but in Alan Wake 2 per se, we haven't had crossovers, if you want.
Yeah, no, this would be like the first one if that's the direction they're going down.
Yeah, if I expect maybe one of the DLCs to maybe have a connection back with Control or with another Remedy game because of, like I said, Control having a Alan Wake DLC. So I wouldn't be surprised if Alan Wake had a Control DLC, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
And in Control, there's a reference to Max Payne having certain abilities, right? So his time bullet
Yeah.
type of thing in the game being an ability, an actual in-world ability that I don't remember what they call these sort of psychic users. These para something. I can't remember anymore. But so, like I say, they do a lot of work of linking everything together and having lots of details where they accompany this, right?
I always forget that Max Payne is part of the universe. Like that's fucking awesome. Like
Yeah.
oh wow. What a yeah, shit. I can't wait to try Control. I'm definitely looking forward to that one on my birthday stream.
Well, especially when you think about it, they're remaking Max Payne as well.
Oh
So it
yeah,
would be
that's right.
interesting. It will be interesting to see if they link the universe somehow within those games.
I don't know why, but Alan Wake and Max Payne like doing something together just seems like that'd be really, really fun. Like I feel like they would.
Oh, sure.
I feel like they'd be a good.
Well, well, it sort of happens in Alan Wake 2 in some way, because there's one of the main characters is Saga.
Yeah.
So Saga's partner is basically Max Payne. Like it's the same face, it's the same personality, and he has a similar name. And everybody teases him that he's similar to the books of Alan Wake. And so basically, Max Payne is in Alan Wake 2.
That's funny.
Yeah.
The other one, I don't know. I didn't get too hyped over this one. I'm just going through that IGN list I had there. The Lego Horizons Adventures. I don't know.
Yeah, I didn't care for it
Yeah,
either. Well, I've never cared for Lego in general.
like I mean,
making games.
yeah, like it's fun to play. Like whatever, if it's like a $10 or $20 game, I'll just pick it up just for fun, right? But I'm never like hyped over these games. Like some people really get excited, right, when they see one. The
Well,
other,
the way I see it is you play the it's a family game, so it will be on Switch, it will be on, multiple platforms.
Exactly.
And kids will play it, and as they get older, they'll then start playing the real Horizons, right? So it's sort of an entry.
And that too do you find that was a big deal? Like a PlayStation, I guess, character being on the Switch? I didn't think it was such a big deal. Like I was like, it's Lego.
I don't care,
Yeah, like I don't know. Some people are like, oh,
especially if it's Lego.
I know some people are like, well, this is the big merger. Here, it's gonna happen. And it's like, I don't really think so. I'd be
It's
more
like that.
shocked if like a Nintendo
It's like
mascot
that.
was on PlayStation. I feel like that's more shocking than the other way around.
Well, having it in Lego, sort of, it's not shocking.
Yeah,
Like if you had like God of War in, like, let's say Smash, now that would be shocking but cool.
that would be
But having like Lego version of something on Switch, it's just, yeah, no, they're parodying something that you can't play.
yeah, exactly, exactly. You have a great night, Tommy.
It's like that Astrobot announcement from the State of Play. Like they showed multiple characters version, Astrobot version, right? So at some point you see a Kratos version, bot
Yeah, that
version.
was kind of cool.
I mean, sure, it's fine, but like, let's say they would do this and put it on Nintendo. I wouldn't care. It's not even Kratos. It's like the bot version of Kratos. It's like buying something on Wish,
Yeah,
right?
it's like putting a costume on Fall Guys. Like it's just, it's not the end of the world. It's
Yeah.
I didn't see this one. I guess I missed this trailer, but the Harry Potter Quidditch Championships. I mean, it's kind of cool that we can play that game, but I didn't end up seeing that trailer, so I'm not sure how that one looked.
I saw it, but I didn't get that they were adding Quidditch.
Oh,
Like
really?
I remember seeing the image, but it didn't. I don't know. It did capture in my mind that they're adding it. Well, cool if it plays well.
Yeah, I mean, like
It won't
it's
bring me back to Hogwarts Legacy, though.
no. Like I said, that's more of like just a fun little community game. That's the way I viewed it as.
Yeah.
What's that, Machete? Thinking about playing all the Fables before the new one comes out next year. Hey, that's possible, my dude. I mean,
Yeah, good idea.
yeah, they're not like they're long games or anything like that. You could definitely wrap up Fable, especially Fable 3. Fable 3 is super short.
Yeah. Well, I like them all, really.
Me too.
Like, there's not one where I'm like, oh, that one was really shit. Like, the three of them are like pretty good. Like, I prefer probably the first one, but in general, I like them all. They're just very different from each other, each one of them.
Yeah, I agree with you. Like I don't know, a lot of people hated the third one for some reason, but I didn't mind it at all. I thought it was enjoyable. It was
Yeah, me too. And I really like that king section where you get to choose what to put your money on and not
yeah,
pay and all that.
yeah. I liked making all those kind of choices. That was fun. The only thing I mean, everyone says it right, but the only part I didn't like was just how fast the time advanced. Because I was that person
Yeah.
too, where I was like, okay, I'm gonna like build up my time here, and then the last 10 days, that's when I'll grind out the money, and it was just like it skipped to the end of the game. I was like, fuck. um. Yeah, Machete. Both JW and myself did see the trailer for Fable. I don't mind talking about that
Yeah.
game. I'm like I said, obviously we're both pretty excited for Fable. I was pretty happy with what I saw in that one. I want to see
Yeah.
more gameplay. I think I've seen enough
Yeah, exactly.
cinematics. Yeah, like there was some in there,
And
but I don't know. There wasn't enough yet for me to know like, is this going to be a good Fable game?
yeah, exactly. Exactly. You know, it scares me a bit actually because they seem more preoccupied of putting the talents they have up front, like showing, oh, we have this funny British comedian, oh, we have this
Yes.
actor's face in the game. Look how realistic it looks. Look how pretty it is and all that. Then showing gameplay, which really scares me when someone does that.
And you brought up a good
And
point too with the good and evil, right? You don't even know what kind of choices you have yet. And it's like that's a main part of Fable. Like I want choices.
Yeah, from the start they've been saying like, "Oh, you're the hero of blah blah blah," and they haven't been mentioning or alluding that maybe there's another part of the story, right? Like, oh, actually, it didn't happen like this. Actually, and it happened like this, and then they say an evil part, let's say, right?
Yeah, exactly.
Like, oh, I'm telling the story of this hero, blah blah. Then someone comes in and interrupts and say, no, no, I saw this person do this, and then they show a clip of, I don't know, the character
Like,
burning a village, right?
yeah, yeah. Do something crazy. Yeah, like I
Like you're keeping that same sarcastic tone in and all that, but showing what the game is up. Because right now they're not showing what you have in the game. They're just showing their talent,
that's all it is. Yeah.
making sarcastic jokes, and that's it. We have nothing.
Yeah, like I mean, humor out is a great part of Fable, but yeah, you're right. Like I want to know what that game's gonna feel like when I'm playing it. Like I just think back to that very first game, because that was the point. I don't know if it was the same for you guys, but like that was the point where it was like you were either playing Oblivion or you were playing Fable, and like that was your two like big choices. When it came to RPGs, and when you had that schoolyard talk or whatever, you just taking shots at one another, like that was kind of the big selling point for Fable team, right? Like it was like, yeah, but you could drink and you can like become super evil and get like devil horns and people are scared of you. You can do whatever the fuck you want, and like the other side would say their points, right? But I mean, it's true. Like Fable offered a lot in that first game as far as just having fun with your character. Um,
Yeah, for sure.
and yeah,
There were lots of neat little details.
and I just really hope they're not going to take that away this time around. I hope they're, like you said, I hope they're not just going to stick with like you're a hero and here's your adventures, and we're going to cut back a little bit of the choices that you get to make throughout the game. Hey, Sheila.
You guys are talking way too much about AAA games and things that you expected to happen. And most of the things that you're talking about,
Holy shots fired! We're just talking about the game award or
I
the
mean,
game.
I think we mostly talk about the Nintendo 64, which is far from being recent.
Oh, the next one on the list was No More Room in Hell 2. It was okay.
Indifferent.
Yeah, I wasn't like overly excited. I was like, okay, that's kind of cool, I guess. Um,
Yeah, no, it looked a fine zombie thing.
then of course there was the big one, the Star Wars Outlaws. I kind of felt bad when you were talking about the EA one, or not the EA one, sorry, I mean the Ubisoft presentation, because it's like they pretty much had everything showing that was their big feature. So I was kind of disappointed. You're like, yeah, it was just kind of a recap of that stuff. I was like, damn, I was kind of hoping they'd have some.
Well, no, not a recap. They showed more stuff. It's again those stuff. Like it's nothing
Yeah,
we
it's nothing new, right?
didn't expect or nothing. Like the things we didn't expect is stuff that didn't interest me really. Like there's a new Anno strategy game where I'm sure strategy people are like riveting for it, but
Yeah,
uh, I don't care.
yeah, no, I feel you. I mean, I'm
And
still.
seeing the Assassin's Creed stuff convinced me to not buy it. So
Like, I'm still excited for Star Wars Outlaws. I'm hopeful.
Star Wars Outlaws looks cool.
Yeah, I don't know. I'm hopeful that that game's gonna turn out good. I think this is gonna be something in the right direction for them.
Yeah, I'm scared it will be a bit too simple, if you know what I mean, in the gameplay department. Like very held back and simple and accessible, but it looks really cool and like I get excited for it when I see gameplays or trailers or stuff like that.
And I wonder, I don't know if they've mentioned this or not, but I wonder how the character is gonna be. Like, are you gonna be able to make your own character and like
No,
No, okay.
you follow this one
You
test
follow.
character. I can't remember. Yeah.
Okay, okay. I was curious.
My wife was very disappointed with this.
Yeah, yeah, because it would be kind of cool, right, to make your own little bounty hunter or whatever. Oh well.
Well, especially in the Star Wars universe where you have so many choices for aliens and stuff,
Yeah, right.
it's kind of weird they haven't yet. Well, the main reason is probably because you can market a character, sell toys, and make more money out of the character, right?
Yeah, that's true. Look at Baby Yoda.
Exactly. It's been there way too long.
What about you, Sheila? Are you gonna pick up that game or try it out?
What game?
Star Wars Outlaws.
Possibly think about it, but there's other games that I'm more interested in that were more indie like, than Triple H games. And
Which games of the show?
for example, at Blast.
Adam Blast? Did you say?
I'm gonna put it in the Discord thing. So
Oh, okay.
yes, we're
Yeah, I do remember that one. That one did
channel.
look good. Yeah, yeah, yeah. That one. Yeah, that one looked good.
That one really looked good. I also have over 80 games now on my wish list. No More Room in Hell 2 looked really good for a zombie apocalypse game.
Oh, you did like that one?
Yes.
What caught your eye about it? Because like I said, me and JW were kind of like, another zombie one. But like, what made you interested?
It gave me the Left 4 Dead vibe, but it also gave me the fact that they don't technically give you the weapons. You actually have to look for weapons to survive. And it's more of a survival type game, more than a zombie apocalypse just shooter game.
Okay, yeah, fair enough.
Yeah.
But a game that they did not talk about, which I'm really shocked that they did it, is Vampire the Masquerade Bloodlines 2.
It's true. It's been forever. Like I forgot it existed.
Yeah, I remember on one of the podcasts you were excited over that one.
Yeah, is it vaporware or is it like Silk Song or like they've announced it and then it's never coming out or
I have it on my wish list. It says it was planned to release this year.
Oh, okay.
yeah, but we've seen nothing.
It's almost like what's that other one there? Good and Evil 2? That one trailer we got and then nothing.
Oh my god, yeah.
There was also Civilization 7, which I don't know. I was like, that's cool.
Yeah.
I was never a really Civilization type fan, so that's why I didn't really get into that trailer.
Yeah, me neither. It's just another Civ. Okay.
It's so weird. When I was a kid, I used to love games like that. Like, I was telling Jimmy before, like Command and Conquer, and like Warcraft, and like just building up like your own kingdom. Sim City, those kind of games. I used to love that shit. But now it's like I look at them like, nah, it's just too boring. I can't do that anymore.
Well, that's different though from Civilization, right? It's those games are like real-time strategy games akin to StarCraft, and so meaning it's I want to say it's more accessible than usual strategy games. I find StarCraft, Warcraft, all of those real-time strategy games.
Oh, okay.
Can I ask you a question, which I don't know how you guys are going to react to this? What do you think of the Fortnite Goat Simulator game?
The Fortnite
I have
Goats.
no idea.
Yeah, what is that one, Sheila? Sorry, I can't remember.
Goat Simulator is you play a goat and you get to damage everybody in the world. But they made a Fortnite DLC.
Wow, I had no idea they did. I know what Goat Simulator is.
Yeah, me
I
neither.
just didn't know they made a Fortnite crossover.
Yeah, exactly. Me neither. Well, what I think about it, I don't know. I guess it's a more thing that more random shit that they put in Fortnite.
Literally, yeah, like that's such a weird collaboration, but okay.
It's all weird collaborations.
You know, okay, while we're on the topic of Fortnite, I don't know if you guys felt the same way, but did Dragon Age not look like it was like doused in Fortnite? Like it just, I don't know, it looks so
Mm,
It's
wrong.
funny you say that. I was listening to what is it called? Second Wings or something like that. The podcast with Yahtzee Croshaw, the guy that does Rule Punctuation,
Oh, okay.
and Frost, and other uh, of that sort of group, Second Wind. That's called the channel on YouTube,
Yeah.
and yeah, Frost, one of the guys, said exactly that same comment of what you said. I didn't see the Fortnite thing. Me, what I more saw was, for some reason they did this sort of Guardian of the Galaxy or the Dragons and Dungeons and Dragons movie trailer with type of trailer with Dragon Age, which is like not what you want out of a Dragon Age game.
Yeah, it didn't seem like a Dragon Age game.
I think they completely screwed that game over
Ye-
1,010%. I just feel like
Well, yeah, I agree. Like, I think I posted in the Discord channel. They've released today gameplay of it, and it looks so boring. Like
it looks
it's
like a cartoon. It's not
yes,
Dragon Age anymore. It's not
Exactly.
what I want as a Dragon Age game. If you're gonna do it, I was expecting more of like a Dogami type style Dragon Age game with a continuous of the story.
You know what?
yeah. Well, it is a continuation of the story because they mentioned Solus, a character from the previous one that is doing all this.
Oh, yeah,
But
good shout.
yeah, no, no, the colors, the visuals, even the way the monsters are made, it's all very cartoonish. Like Sheila said, it's all like sanitized cartoon visual. It's so weird.
You know what it's like? You know what it's exactly like? I just got it in my head. Saints Row. Remember when the new Saints Row game?
Yes,
It's
yes,
just like
that's
that.
exactly it.
Yep.
Okay.
Yes,
Yeah.
Because like that's how
that
I
sort
felt.
of weird sanitized cartoon visual. Yes.
Yeah, yeah. Ah, game companies, stop that, please.
Well, I wonder if Bioware is dead after this one or after the next Mass Effect.
God, I hope not. I hope this doesn't take them down.
Well, I think, unfortunately, I don't know how many people are gonna exactly buy the Dragon Age
Yeah,
game.
I agree. A lot of the podcasts I listened to as well were saying the same thing. It looked very cartoonish. They were very put off from it.
Oh my
Because
god!
of all the changes that they made into the game and the actual style that they brought it out instead of keeping the original style.
I feel so bad for Bioware devs. They probably worked on this for many years.
Yeah.
Then they get to show it to the world and it's shit.
I know, eh? Oh,
Well, I mean, it is what it is. When it's shit, right?
yeah,
Like,
exactly. I mean, I would rather have
there's no
this.
excuse.
I would rather have this game like not do well than see a sequel of this kind of style, right? Like, I'd rather have them realize.
Yeah.
See, unfortunately, I think they made Fable better than Dragon Age game.
Oh yeah, yeah, yeah.
I think
Fable at least looked nice, right? like we were
Yeah.
saying, it's more of like what the gameplay is.
If you have to go to the store and you have Fable 3 and Dragon Age right next to it, which one will you pick up first?
You mean Fable 4?
Fable 4. That's it. I'm sorry.
No, that's okay.
No problem.
Yeah, I'm gonna pick Fable 4 all all the time.
Yeah, even if I didn't see much from Fable, I would definitely take Fable over Dragon Age with what I've seen. Yeah.
As I said, I know they're a dime a dozen, but I was still excited about it. But were you guys pretty excited for the new Dragon Ball Z game?
Yes, because it's made by the same people that made the Budokai Tenkaichi series,
Yep.
which is one of my favorite fighting game series. And so it's the first time I got excited for a Dragon Ball game since the last Tenkaichi on Wii. So
I know it's that
Son of
style,
a
right?
bitch. This game looks good. Okay, this game is going on my wish list.
The Dragon Ball Z one.
No,
Oh,
it's no, it's a 2D, 3D type story game where you play this girl and she's trying to escape.
okay.
It's like looks like in the 80s type vision where, and this game looks gorgeous, the artwork. Like this game I was so extreme.
Ooh, nice. You have to put it in the chat there so we can take a peek
It's
at it.
called Ericsson. I'm gonna
What?
actually
for the Dragon Ball, what was it called? Zero Blast or something like that?
Sparking Zero.
Stupid name, but
Yeah.
anyways.
I know.
It's not just it's not just the visual style, it's the game design behind how to fight and all the moves you can pull and in stunning people and throwing them, and it's really the closest I've ever felt of using character every skill of a Dragon Ball character, right?
Yep. Yeah, I know. The minute I saw it on there, that's the first thing I thought of too. It's like, holy shit, like this franchise is coming back, baby. Yeah, I don't know. I always get so hyped. I mean, I also did get hyped over what was that one that came out a couple years ago, Dragon Ball Z Fighter. I still need to try that one out.
Yeah, that's cool. I mean, it's like a normal 2D fighter.
Yeah.
But it's like playing an anime because of its 2D art style, right?
Yeah, that was the big selling point for it. I don't have a VR machine, but like I was happy for them. There's that new Arkham game that's coming out, right? Batman Arkham Shadows. It looked neat.
Right.
I mean, I don't know. When it comes to VR, I'm never that impressed. I mean, I get it. It's cool to be in virtual reality, but just like seeing like gameplay and
You know what?
trailers.
Unfortunately, not a lot of people can play VR because VR does make people sick.
Yeah, no, that's for sure, and it's expensive as all hell too, right?
Yeah.
But
Well,
yeah,
I mean, WLB did do a Batman VR in the past that was received very well, so there's no reason for them to make a bad one now. My main thing is why keep it in the Arkham series again? Like we finished the Arkham series years ago. Let it die. Continue doing Batman, but start a new series. Start using Arkham. Enough, please.
it would be kind of cool actually because you said it was really different, JW. And I still haven't watched it, bad Matthew, but I did like the description you gave it. It was that newer Batman, how he's more like detective based. That'd be kind of a cool
Oh yeah,
game.
the Batman.
Yeah, that'd be kind of a cool game to experience. Like just
Oh,
instead
for
of
sure, I would love that.
instead of like just beating the shit out of guys all the time, like actually like doing the work behind it. Like I don't know, I think that'd be kind of a fun game.
Yeah, but the problem is that it takes more work and you need a specific vision behind it and a difficulty to make a proper detective games, right? Because
True.
the thing with detective games is that you either make it accessible, meaning you tell the player everything by using a tool of some kind, whether it's the bat vision or whatever, right? So you get all the clues easily and you don't get stuck. Or you make a proper detective game, which doesn't appeal to everyone because there's a lot of searching around, of exploring to do, right? To gather the clues because you're supposed to piece everything together, right? Or anyways, that's how I see it. Often I think the better detective games are the games where there's a lack of something that you need to find out, that it's not told to you.
Well, it's interesting you view it
Well,
that.
that's why I like the Sherlock Holmes games,
Oh
but
yeah.
Yeah,
not chapter wise. But I also would love to see if they ever do it is a police quest,
Well,
Police
I
Quest.
think you got
a
Police
remake of
Simulator.
Police Quest.
Yeah, I think there's a police simulator, but it's not a detective thing.
No, no. Like
But yeah, no. For example, I'll take the Sinking City video game. A detective in this, and oftentimes people will tell you to go somewhere. There's something uh, in that place, for example, but they won't tell you exactly where. You have
oh.
to. You have a map, and you have to know. Okay, so he was talking about this street, meaning it must be around those two streets. Then you go into those buildings, and maybe on the note it says, "Oh, there's something on the 31st Street." Then you need to, make your. You need to. Well, detective games are good when everything is put on the player and not when everything is told to you, right?
See, it's funny. You guys viewed it that way, and then when I was thinking of it, right, I was almost thinking like a Heavy Rain type of game for Batman if it was gonna be a detective. 'Cause-
Well, I mean that could be good too if it was a Telltale game.
yeah,
You know
yeah,
what,
yeah.
JW?
That's true.
Unfortunately to say, Sinking City didn't really do good in the standards of what they were expected it to.
Well,
Second City?
Yes,
What is Second City?
Sinking City. The one that you were just discussing.
yeah.
The
Was it?
Oh, Sinking City. Sorry,
yes.
I was understanding Second City. Okay. Yeah. No. Yes, Sinking City had really good ideas behind how to make a proper uh, game detective game design, and relying that the player needs to rely on themselves and on the things around them more so than having to tell you where the objective is, because then it kind of become boring, because when you take out the detecting, all you have to do is shoot. So
Yeah, very true. Um, I don't know. Minus the Dragon Ball Z game, the other fighting games didn't really catch my eye. I mean, I don't know if you guys were excited over
me
the.
neither.
Yeah.
Oh yes. There is the Punch Out one. Did it catch your eye?
No, sorry. I was talking about the Street Fighter 6 and the Fatal Fury. Um,
Ah.
yeah, those two did. But no, Punch Out's interesting. Why were you excited about that one?
Um. Well, Killer Bee looked awesome, and what was
Killer
that
Bean
one
looked
called?
amazing. That was a fucking
Oh
funny looking
yeah,
game. Yeah,
Also, Screenbound looked good. Screenbound.
Scream Out.
I have to look at that.
Screenbound is the one that you're playing. Uh, you're playing on the Game Boy, but you're actually controlling your
Oh
player
right,
at the
right.
same
Oh,
time.
yeah,
That looked.
yeah. I wonder if that was the game because I remember I posted on Twitter like last year. I feel like because I saw a post about a game like that, and I wonder if that was the one that
Yeah,
they
we
were.
did talk about it on the Discord server.
Yeah, right. Like, I mean, I know I still feel the same way you did, JW. Like, it's gonna be hard to kind of play that. It'll
Well,
be
not necessarily hard. It's just I thought it was a bit gimmicky because I would much prefer to do a puzzle game with the world around than be stuck on the little Game Boy.
yeah, like it's interesting. I want to see how it's gonna play out, but yeah, I don't know how I'll feel playing the game itself. Are you gonna get that one, Sheila?
Oh, absolutely. I have a shitload. Yeah.
Okay. I don't mean to stretch your voice out as far as it can go, JW, but this one at all of them I definitely want to hear your thoughts on. Because I feel like you know the gaming, like you know enough about the gaming industry to give me a good point on this, and you know about a little bit about movies too. How are you feeling about Bloomhouse coming into the gaming industry? Like with all the shit that goes on,
Okay, so at first when I heard this, I was like, oh, fuck. They're going to churn out like cheap projects.
yeah,
Because that's what they currently are doing in the film industry. They churn out, they basically throw anything at the wall to see what sticks on small budgets. And then they make their money back, even if it doesn't do well, because it has such a small budget. And so then my first thought was this: when I saw them announce this, I was like, oh shit. But then when they showed the trailer of all these different projects they were working on, it all looked quite interesting and cool actually. So I was taken quite by surprise by this one.
me too. And like, okay, how would like what would you guys think of them to be? Would they be a triple A studio? Would they be just double A? Because like I'm viewing them as the movie industry. Like obviously they're a big deal, right? They've had some big blockbuster games, so you wouldn't consider them B movies anymore. But yeah, like I don't know. What do you guys think of them?
Well, I mean, they make shit ton of money with movies. It's hard to say with games. I guess it must depend on the budget and how big the teams are working on these projects. But from what I understand, they're indie devs and they're helping them finish their game and publish it. From
Okay,
what I understand,
okay, fair enough. What about you, Sheila?
I just saw. Sorry, I just saw Sheila put Fallen Aces. I played the demo for this. It's very good.
Is it?
Yeah, I'll definitely buy this one when it comes out. It's one of the games that was announced also during the Summerfest. It's
Ooh, hand drawn touch.
basically you're like it's like a FPS crime noir game with a bit of immersive sim type of thing, and anything around you is a weapon
Oh.
with a
It
cool
looks funny
visual.
and it looks very intense.
Yeah, it's made in this sort of comic book style that is very
Yeah.
nice.
Oh, that's exciting. That kind of
So
makes it.
you were asking Sheila about what she thought about the Blumhouse.
Yeah. What do you feel, Sheila? Because there's quite a few horror games. I know you are. I know you enjoy playing those. Oops, sorry.
I actually am picking up the Dredge DLC. I actually put
Because they had what was it? Grave Season, Sleep Awake.
Dune Awakening sounded amazing. It looks amazing.
Yeah.
Uh Karma actually seems amazing to me. Karma is a game that I'm definitely gonna pick up that's a lot of horror involved in it.
So I mean, the Game Fest it must have been pretty interesting for you, eh, then Sheila? Because I know you're like a big fan of indie games, and like that was kind of like I mean, minus the Xbox showcase, but for most of the Summer Game Fest, especially that first 2 hours that we got to see, there was a lot of indie games on there. Like, were you a big fan of all that you were seeing, or?
Well, no, the Xbox, don't get me wrong, was very interesting. It was just how they started it off.
Oh, with fucking Call of Duty, yeah, I know. It was kind of like, yeah.
Why do you have to bring that as the first fucking game that you introduce in your fucking
Because it interests a lot more people than we think.
But like
It makes lots of money, Call of Duty.
I agree, but like I a couple podcasts who said this, and like I totally agree with this comment. Why start the show off with Call of Duty and then end the show off with Call of Duty? Why not just have that be your
No,
one last thing? You know, have it all segue together.
it's weird that they've mentioned it twice. I agree with that, but
Yeah.
I wouldn't want it as the one last thing. Like I would be disappointed if it was my one last thing.
That's true. That's true. Like, I mean, at least closer to the end of the bloody showcase.
Those are some of the games I'm extremely interested in,
Yeah,
and I'm
Unknown
definitely.
9 Awakening looked very cool in the visual style and even the gameplay elements. Basically, if I remember correctly, this your main character can use the I don't know the mind or can control the mind of the enemies around you and uh, do all sorts of weird psychic abilities that seem very interesting with this sort of Hindu mixed with sci-fi. Looked original.
Yeah.
Hollow Body looked like, for me, the original Silent Hill game.
Ooh.
Yeah, I did get that vibe a bit, but I downloaded the demo, but I haven't tried it yet.
Um, I rewatched the Power Rangers one, and it kind of looks interesting. I don't know if I'm like super excited about it, but like, um,
It's fine.
yeah, I like.
But
It
you know
looks
what the Power Ranger game remind me of? The remake, like the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle. It's like
yeah, exactly.
Yeah,
they're trying to bring the NES games into the new environment of gaming.
like I'll look for it, but like we literally had this kind of Power Ranger game already. I remember I played on the Xbox, and I was like, okay, this is nice, this is exciting. Like it was fun to play, and that's when I saw this. I was like, it's like the exact same. I think I played like whatever it was 4 or 5 years ago. Like I don't know why this is a big deal. They pretty much just like remarketed an old game. At least that's what I felt. Because a lot of the features they listed on
Yeah,
there were the exact same features that this other Power Ranger game had that I played.
yeah, I didn't really care for it. I mean, the last game with that style that I really loved, and it's because they really made cool modern stuff to it, was the Streets of Rage 4. That is a very
Yeah,
good game.
yeah.
But since that game, I haven't been able to play a game of that same style because they all feel lacking now compared to Street of Rage 4.
Which is free on PlayStation
You know
this
what
month.
game really interested in, and I want to see how they pull this through.
What's that? Generation XL?
Yes, it's like a 2D world. It's like basically you're rebuilding the environment. Uh, it's very cartoony. Like you had to like build buildings. You had to do a new farm. You had to save people to grow your civilization to work together. It's basically RimWorld and Oxygen not included in this game.
Oh, okay. That's a pretty interesting combination. Um, there was also that Mecha Break, the pretty much the Gundam Wing game. um,
Oh yeah, that looked insane. Like I don't think it's for me, but that just looked fucking bonkers. Like
yeah, like
there's so much stuff happening on the screen.
that's how I felt
Oops,
too. I
sorry.
was like, this game looks like a lot of fun, but like I don't think I would like it. But like I want it to succeed. I want it to do well. Like it just looked like a
Yeah,
good
same.
time. Um,
Like I could see my kid self totally getting into that.
oh, totally, right? Yeah, this is up there for teenagers. Like they're gonna have a blast playing this one.
I
Uh,
think so too. Yeah, I think it's gonna be a sleeper hit.
yeah,
Really.
yeah, I feel the same way.
This is another game that I definitely want to pick up. That like survival type.
Still wakes the deep. What's this one? Oh, a horror game?
It looks like a horror game. It's basically you It's a 1975 disaster strikes like in the coast of Scotland, and you basically had to save your crew from underworld horrors on the edge of all logic and reality.
Ooh, sounds pretty good.
Yeah,
Sorry, Jim, go ahead.
I was just gonna say, yeah. I mean, it's made by the same people that made Dear Esther and Gone to the Rapture and A Machine for Pigs, Amnesia, A Machine for Pigs. They're
Oh,
all games where they are, well, what it would be called a walking simulator, I guess. So, if it's that style, then it's not for me. But I know you like those type of games, Mindful, so you probably would enjoy it.
yeah. I'd be down for that. That's another fucking series I need to start wrapping up too. Amnesia. That was a good game.
Wait, you never
And-
finished the first one?
no. I did play a little chunk of it on the Switch, but yeah, no, I haven't wrapped it up yet.
Was it because you were stuck on a puzzle?
No, it's just the Switch. Like, I think I should just play that game on. I think because I'm sure it's on Game Pass for free. But I should just play on the Xbox because, like I said, on the Switch, it's just I don't know. It's so rough on there. Like, it shouldn't be. It's an older game, but yeah, it does. I don't know. It has a hard.
Yeah, it shouldn't be. It's quite old now.
Yeah, it looks rough playing on the Switch. It's just like it kind of takes away from the experience.
Yeah, it might be a bad port.
Okay, I didn't see this one, so I don't know if you guys saw it or not. But the first Descendant,
Yes, I saw this.
free to
There was
play.
actually a demo of it the last year at the Next Fest, and I think this is the next Destiny to come up.
Oh,
This is if this has like a mix of Western and Eastern um type of style to it, right? But I think it's good. It's like the Eastern Destiny type of thing, and it could be really good, and it could also be very boring depending how it occurs, because it will be an MMO, right?
oh, is it okay? Because I'm looking at it, it says free to play sci-fi looter shooter.
Yeah,
Um,
well, that's what I mean. It's a massive multiplayer online
oh,
with
okay.
guns. So, like, Destiny is an MMO for me, right? It has all the same
True, yeah.
design behind it, right? So that's why I say I think it could be the next big Destiny, especially that Destiny is now dying off, right? It's the perfect timing to be coming out for this looter shooter, and the art style of it is very cool and very interesting to look at. The trailer was awesome. The song they chose as well is great. I love that song from M. What is it? M83, I think it's called.
Oh, yeah. I remember you were saying in the Discord about that. Yeah, I have to look up that one. I think he had something posted in there. I was like, okay, I know what that song is, but I haven't heard it in a while. Um, I don't know. I'm worried too, because okay, you got this, you got Concord. I know there was two other ones too. I just can't think of their names right now. But like, I feel like we're gonna get a little bit too flooded right now with all these massive online games. And I wonder.
No. Okay, so Concord and all those games are different because they're not the same type of shooters.
Yeah.
First
Okay.
Descendant, there's not a lot of games that are trying to do looter shooter like the first Descendant, let's say.
Okay.
Like this is more in par with Destiny, right? There's not a lot of Destiny like we're seeing coming. What we're seeing a lot of are hero shooters,
Yeah. Okay.
where Concord, the Marvel game, the whatever other game that all look like Overwatch that nobody cares about.
Yeah. There's like a lot of them lately. It's just I don't know.
Yeah.
It's such a
Well, think about it. How much time did since Overwatch came out?
yeah. The first one. Oh yeah, it was a long while ago, right? I know I was working at a different company at that point, so it's got to be at least over what 5 years, 6 years.
2016.
Oh,
Wow.
what?
What?
I can't
In
believe it.
2016. And Overwatch 2 was released in 2022.
Holy
It felt way shorter in my head.
Yeah. Holy shit. Wow.
It's almost 10 years.
Wow.
Anyway, my point being, uh, Overwatch was super popular, right? So a lot of people, well, probably at that time thought, okay, we must design something to be close to it. But it's been a long time, so maybe my theory doesn't hold. Because in my head, it was way shorter of time. I thought it was like 5 to 6 years.
It's just a lot of them. And now you got Valorant, right, coming to consoles. Like, I mean, I don't know.
Well, that's cool though.
I don't know it
For
is.
so long. Well, cool. I don't know how cool because it's a very competitive game. Like it's like I hope they don't have crossplay because
Well, for what I said, I
like
think that's what Sleepy said, right?
it's impossible to play versus PC players on Valorant. Valorant PC players have like a reaction time of 0 second.
Yeah.
It's like it like if you thought playing versus PC players was bad on other games, then don't try Valorant because it's a very high skill ceiling. Um, yeah, so should have put Slitherhead, which I'm very excited for actually, and
I'm
that
glad
game,
we I'm
that game,
glad we agree with one game at least.
yeah, that game is made by I think Silent Hill 2 or no old Silent Hill developers that made a company called Kowloon, I think, and so they've made Slitherhead, which it's sort of hard to explain because we've only seen visuals. There wasn't any explanation. From what we can gather, it's almost like if you had a mix between, I don't know, a horror game and Driver San Francisco. Like
Oh,
you
wow.
see, you can switch between a bunch of humans, and then you have different abilities with these humans. A bit like Parasite type abilities, like Parasite the anime.
Oh, okay.
And so it's a very weird concept. It looked a bit rough, honestly, on the combat side, but it seems so cool of a concept that I definitely want to buy it.
And it's sorry, Sheila, I had the next one that popped on my list was Dude. That one you said you're excited for?
Dude,
Dude
yes.
Awakening?
Absolutely.
What got you excited about it?
Yes. The graphics, the story, like how they played the whole story out.
Like, I've never seen the movies, unfortunately, so I wouldn't know how similar it is to that storyline, but
I I've seen the movies, but I don't know what they're doing with the MMO. I think it's not linked to the piece. I think it's like an alternate timeline type of thing. I'm not
oh,
sure.
okay. Hey,
I
Sleepy.
sleepy.
Hello.
You came in just at the right time. We were just talking about Valorant like a couple seconds ago with the Summer Game Fest.
Yes, coming to
I,
console.
I got some. Sorry, Valerie, I got some. Just kidding.
Does everyone get to hear Sleepy's thoughts on that? I know we did Discord, but do you want to share with the podcast if you have a second?
um, I find it very interesting that they're actually gonna go uh, console because I don't know. So a lot of my friends and I have been debating over this for past ever since it got announced. We've been debating about this. So there's talks here and there about class being able to class play and everything. And a few of my friends and I kind of believe it as well, but I'm 50-50 about this. They say it most likely it won't be cosplay because it'll be unfair for people who's on Xbox and PS5 and stuff like that, that people on PC has a greater advantage because they say keyboard is better than control.
Oh yeah.
So it's gonna be unfair if they do crossovers like console and PC, because PC has a better advantage. For me, I would think console would have a better advantage over PC because all the buttons are right there. For PC, you have to reach over and stuff like that, and sometimes you can misclick. And I'm not saying out of like there's sometimes where you use the ability when you mean to and stuff like that. I'm not saying that talking out my ass. I'm saying it out of experience. There's so many times where I pulled out my util or an enemy is in front of me, and like I did joint. So I feel like for console it's much easier. I feel like for console it's more easier because you know where everything else. You don't have to do that extra reach. And JW to debate me on this too, but I feel like console is so much easier. But for those who want to play Valorant that doesn't have a PC, I think it's a great idea for console to come out on. For Valorant to come out on console, but I really do hope they do crossplay where you could play with PC and console.
Game.
Yeah, I basically said pretty much the same thing as you, Sleepy. I don't see it going crossplay. Like it would be insane. Every console players would break their controller.
You would literally just spawn in and die.
No, really. No, not spawning,
No,
but like
no,
you
no.
just peek and die.
Okay, so
You know how many times I threw on my desk? There's so many times I don't show it on stream. Thank the fucking Lord. But like, there's so many times where I just bang my mouse on my desk, and thank the Lord that my mic doesn't pick up, and I'm not like big camera or anything, because I'm just like I make so much facial expression. When I get flash, I move, or when I shoot, I move sideways. Like I'm actually like doing shot at, but it's crazy. But I just think that for me, I would love for it to get cosplay.
Yes, it's driving me insane. Because all I hear is
For the city, but if not, that's fine too.
I can't remember if you.
Oh yeah, I think it's an interesting idea.
I can't remember if your boyfriend have one or not, but if it is on console, you do have access to the console, right? Do you think you'll try it out a few streams on there, or do you think you'll play it on your own free time, just see what it's like on console?
I think if I have friends that have it on console, I will try it out.
Nice.
But I would say I'm a hardcore gamer.
Oh, for sure. Like a game like Valorant, you don't want to console that.
Hey, we never know. There might be championship console version.
Sure.
I would throw my controller across the room, hit the wall where to the point where it breaks.
Yeah, exactly.
I can do that with PC because that's a lot. So, I just find it. I mean, there are times where like I almost want to punch my monitor, but can't because it's just so expensive. so my controller, buying a cheap controller, you could break it all you want,
Honestly though, like I'm talking before to you, Sleepy, about games that you play, and I wish I could play with you. I would have rather heard Plasmophobia coming to consoles than Valorant. I think that would have been a more exciting announcement.
Yeah, it would have made more sense for sure.
Yeah. But oh well, maybe next year.
Yeah, for Phasmo, like for Phasmo, it would make more sense for it to be on console than over PC. Like I would rather, honestly, I would rather play Lethal or Content Warning over Phasmo.
Oh yeah.
Wait, someone has
Because, like,
PC? Someone wants to play with me? Some Lethal? Modded?
oh, I'm down. I'm so down. Just let me know. Just let me know in the chat.
Sleepy?
I'm so down.
You just made my day because no one wants to play that game with me no more.
No one wants to play with me either. Someone, let's go. Let's make a date. I'm off
Yes!
Thursday to Sunday. Let me know.
Yeah, no problem. You let me know when you're free next to the computer. Let's do this. Let's get down with it.
All right.
Sorry, you console people. You gotta just wait your turn.
That's okay.
That's true.
How?
Yeah, just let me know. It's like this week, Thursday to Sunday. Just hit me up on Discord and we'll play. I have a mod and everything. Like, I'm down.
Just send me the code, girl. Just send me the code and I'll download all the. I just recently deleted it from my PC because no one literally wanted to play with me. I haven't played that game in 6 months.
I am down, but I still have it. Let
Well,
me
now
know.
you have
I'm
someone.
literally off Thursday to Sunday.
So what
Like,
were you going to say,
I wanna
Mindful?
Oh, I was just gonna say, what did you guys think about the Kingdom Come Deliverance 2? I never played the first one. I heard mixed reviews.
I actually have all of them. I actually purchased it at a really good price, and someone told me they were a really good game. I haven't played one. I still have to get to Grateful 1 because Grateful 2 is supposed to be coming out, and I don't know when.
Oh, okay.
If it even came out with no
Greedfall
fucking.
is great. The second one is a prequel, from what I understand. Also,
Yes,
could
and
play
it
it
hasn't
out of
come out
order.
yet, and they haven't even said anything about it. But the reason why I didn't continue with Grateful was because I got so lost. And yeah, I got so lost in that game.
Oh yeah.
I couldn't get past this one part, and I kept on going back and forth, and I didn't understand what I needed to do, so I just stopped playing. And I think my computer couldn't handle it at that time because I was technically running a 1080 GTX card on a normal hard drive, and that game is beefy. So since I got upgraded now, I will give it another shot. And JW, I'm gonna be bugging the crap out of you when I can't get past parts.
Sure.
Um,
I'm open to that. I've finished it. It depends just how much you want to get spoiled.
when it comes to this series, though, the Kingdom Come series, like, okay, is its big selling point? It's like really realistic. Is that like what it's supposed to be? Like, I don't really understand.
No, I mean yes, but no. It's both. It's not only is it super realistic, but you have lots of choices as well of stuff that you can, of how you can approach the situation. So you can,
Okay.
be charismatic if you have the proper whatever. You have multiple parts sometimes. So, for example, let's say you're trying to get it into a castle, you don't know how, you could brute force it if you can. Or maybe you can get the local priest drunk with wine and together have a
Oh,
party and you get in. There are multiple situations like this while also being historically accurate. And
that's kind of
these
cool.
historical accuracies are sort of reflected in how, I don't want to say obtuse, but how the gameplay is harder than just a normal action game. Let's say, right? It's not an action game,
Yeah.
for example, most people don't know to read. You can learn to read by going to someone that knows to read and reading multiple stuff along the way. It's a lot of realism like this.
Okay, that's cool.
And
That's pretty awesome.
yeah, there's a bunch of like I've tried it the first one. It's not for me, but it's an awesome game. Like I wish I was into that game
I don't know why the way
because there's a lot of cool design and neat details in it that I find so interesting.
see, like when I saw it, and like I'd hear people talk about it. I don't know why. In my head, I pictured like Ark, and I was like, that just doesn't seem fun to me.
No,
But no, that
What
No.
game?
Ark.
Oh. Ark, yeah, Ark is very buggy.
Oh yeah.
basically in Kingdom Come, you start off as the sun's blacksmith, and then
Oh okay.
and then something happens and you get knocked out, and you wake up. Someone picked you up, patched you up, and all that, and then you start your journey to making all sorts of decisions.
That's pretty interesting. I like that.
Yeah.
The other one, like I think this is universal. Like I feel bad for the company that made it, but Delta Force Hawk Ops trailer, and then whatever the second part of it was, just be like some I can't remember. It's based off a movie, but anyway, it is
Yeah.
like that didn't seem to hit anybody's radar.
I mean, it looks like a normal
Yeah.
army, whatever.
Like I feel bad. I feel like it was supposed to be one of those movies like, oh wow, this series came back, but I was kind of just like, yeah, that's okay.
Oh, it's based off an old movie that nobody remembers.
Yeah, exactly, right? Like I don't know. That was disappointing to see.
I just think people are starting to run out of IPs to bring back. Now they're like, "Oh, remember this?" And people are like, "No."
Exactly. Like the 5 fans maybe.
Yeah.
Uh,
Yeah, the 5 fans on the forum that are like 53 years old are like, "Oh yeah, I remember this."
This is why I got a console. The other one, as far as like games that already exist for DLC, there was Pal World. It's getting another island. That game was interesting. Like I enjoyed it, but I don't know. I didn't stick around with it.
Yeah, well, I did try it. I don't know what I was going to say actually. I did try it, but I mean, it seems to be that a lot of people have dropped off the game. I don't know how well it's doing,
Yeah, like
and I don't know if that's enough to bring people back.
What game?
Pal World.
Pal World.
Power World actually they're actually coming out with new DLCs, which and new animals, and they're fixing a lot of stuff. With they actually just actually they announced it at the Xbox about Power World.
And are you going to go back to it because of the update?
I never played it. I know a
Oh.
lot of my friends play it, so that's why I'm thinking about getting into it to play with others. Cause yeah, like I said, my friends basically went from Lethal to Power to Minecraft, and now they're playing Halo and Control, and I'm like, what the hell? I'm like, you guys don't even ask me to play Control. I had that thing downloaded for weeks.
It's
And
a
I'm
single
like,
player game, Control.
No, not Control. It is a multiplayer game. It was created by one person. And
Okay.
it starts
I
with
don't know that one.
Yeah, I'll have to see what that one is.
it basically
I think
like content warning, which is like you're basically making YouTube videos.
Oh yeah. That's what you and
Right.
Sleepy were talking about.
Yes.
Um
Which looks extremely fun. It doesn't look like, sooner or later I think they did have to mod it to get more people into it, because I think that'll just bring the chaos to a whole new level in that game.
yeah, there's a video
Although
that
you know what is the next streamer game will be, right? It's gonna be Cuff Beast, the co-op
Yes.
prison
I
fluffy
have
game.
that on my wish
Oh,
list, and that
yeah.
is that is a one-person game, and I would love to if it's cross-platform, and they have it all. We need to do a robber and cops thing. I want to be a robber so I can throw soap under Mindful Pig's feet and just go beat him up, knock him out, and then go run away. Because
Why
I just,
mindful? He hasn't done anything.
well,
Why
I
him
think I always-
specifically?
no, I'm just saying, like, whoever. Because, like I said, I have a lot of friends that I would like to beat up.
Don't try it, Sheila. We now know your agenda.
But as a Tara and a Mimi,
You're the best, Sheila.
well, first, I will absolutely do that too. The people that would try to make me play Final Fantasy online, and I'm like, I'm not doing it.
Hey,
Yeah.
I've only pushed Fallout 76. I have not pushed Final Fantasy on anyone.
Well, not you,
I
but I
would
know a
rather
lot
you
of friends
push.
that.
I would rather you push Fallout. Final Fantasy online than Fallout on me,
Oh,
mindful.
Oh,
Like pushing me a Bethesda game is a bit disgusting.
I'm like those like Jehovah Witnesses, except I'm for
what did you
Bethesda.
think of that DLC?
You just
The-
instead of having a book, you have the power armor.
Yeah. I got like a statue of was it Todd Howard?
Have you heard the word of the Lord? God himself. You can't go anywhere that you look at, except everywhere that there's an invisible wall.
Oh, that'd be too good. I was gonna say, Sheila, I think you would like Power World, just like from the crafting and survival aspects of it, because you seem to like a lot of those kind of games. So yeah, you might enjoy that one if you gave it a shot.
Oh, a lot of people hated 7 Days to Die, but let me tell you this. I have many hours on that. I will always go back to that game. That is like one game that I can play for hours. Between the farming in that game, the survival aspect of the game. Yeah, no one likes it because it's not the prettiest game. It's very pixelated. But that's why No Man's Hell 2 literally got my attention because it felt like an upgrade to Left 4 Dead, and it has a lot of that the features of 7 Days to Die.
Ooh, I do remember 7 Days to Die. Yeah, that was an interesting looking game.
Is
Because
it another zombie thing?
Yeah,
yes,
yeah, another zombie one. What about the Monster Hunter Wilds? Like I said, I'm that person that always thinks Monster Hunter is like neat, but like not for me. But I don't know. Maybe Wilds.
I'm
I
saying
I don't care.
how many Monster Hunter games are you gonna tactically make? How many times can you play that game and kill the same monsters over and over again? Trust me, I have Monster. Uh, which one do I have? I do have the Monster Hunt game, but I haven't even touched it. I bought it because it was on sale,
Yeah,
but I have so many other games
I did with my Wii
that I
version.
do want to bring out on stream. I do have a shitload of Hitman games, the original ones.
Oh yeah, yeah.
Hitman Code 47. I have Hitman 2. I have Hitman Contract, and I have Hitman Blood Money. I also have Hitman Absolution, and I also had the Hitman game, which is I think which one is this? I don't know. This is the Hitman with the gold one, and I think it's the one with the different stories behind it. The like little chapters of it. But yeah, I have a lot of games that I literally had to do, and it just came to a point that I had to just play them since I do have to still beat 334 games. The other games I have, But since you did bring up Kingdom Throne, the game too, I'm looking at the original one,
Yeah.
and why would you make that into a 2D game when Kingdom Come Deliverance is a 3D game and it looks 10,000 times
I don't think
different?
you're looking at the right game. The sequel is 3D. It's still 3D. It's not
Yeah, both were, weren't
a
they?
2D game. Yeah.
I thought, because I know they made I did see on the Game Fest a Kingdom game that came out, but
I don't
I
think it's
thought,
the same thing.
okay, so then I'm thinking about the wrong one. Because I was thinking about the one I saw in the thing that, and then I'm looking through my game list and I'm seeing the original. I'm like, why would they make that 2D pixelated when the original is
Is
a
the
3D one?
is the one you're looking at Kingdom Two Crowns?
No.
Oh, okay. When you were describing it there, I was like, oh, man, I love that game, but no, it's definitely not the same game. Um,
No, I'm talking about this one right here. Hold on.
and I'm sorry, Sleepy. Were there any games at all that interested you during the Summer Game Fest that you wanted to shout out?
Yes, Sleepy. Do tell.
What happened? Sorry.
We asked if you were excited about any games that are on
Game Fest,
the Steam.
the Summer Game Fest.
I don't have Silver Game Pass. I mainly just have Steam. But there are like few games I'm looking at right now that I want to play, but just like someone was mentioning, like have like tell other games that we gotta play, and like that's kind of me right now. Like there's a bunch of games I want to stream. There's a bunch of games I want to play, but like for me, I want to play more games.
Ooh, look at you.
For those,
And maybe
for,
Silent Hill 2 remake then.
Yeah.
like for those who know me, I absolutely despise board games with burning passion. But you know, hey, might as well. I've been playing a lot of DVD. Just like my last stream, Sunday night or whatever at midnight. I'll stream at midnight, but midnight my time. But I was playing some DVD with some friends. It's that chaotic. There was some the stuff that happened in that. When it's like I don't know if I'm not Twitch gonna get me in trouble for that. But I think someone mentioned in my chat a game very similar to Lethal. I can't remember it at the top of my head right now.
Oh, okay.
But they say it's similar to Lethal, but like scarier. I'm like, oh, that might be a
Is
move.
it Cuff Burst? Because we've been talking about Cuff Burst.
Yeah,
I
Cuff
think
Bust.
I think that's I don't know about it.
It's the cutesy prisoner thing.
Yeah, so you're playing cats and
Or
it
koalas.
seems like
Yeah, some kind of
it's
animal.
either a 4-on-4 match, so you could get like 8 people in your group.
Mm-hmm.
And some of you play prisoners, some of you play cops, and you have to find items across the map where pretty much you have to get like a soap and you throw it on the floor and you can knock the person out because there's a little bit of gang beast in it. And I just think it's a funny game and a chaotic game, and I invite every man for himself to escape.
Okay.
And it's a
Yeah.
little bit like Lethal, but it doesn't have the horror. The horror is your friends coming at you with batons, and they could basically smack you over the head with it.
So basically, let's basically end your friend's waifus. That's great.
Yeah.
Just like real life.
And just end your friend's waifu in game.
Sleepy JW had a good shout for you too, though. He was saying, would you be interested in playing Silent Hill 2? The new ones that come out?
I'm definitely down.
Ooh.
You guys might, if I play on stream, you guys might hear me cry a bit. But hey,
Good. It's supposed to scare you.
it's looking good. I want to hear you cry.
Wow.
No, it's like when I'm playing Lethal. Okay. For those who like join us for Lethal, I'm such a scared cat. Like I am. This is a fair warning that I will probably scream into the mic. Sorry, Sally.
Trust me, girl. I scream enough in the mic and lethal, and sometimes I just I run by my friends. I close doors on their face, and I'm just like, "Bye, Felicia. I'm out of here."
Oh no, one of my friends, especially when they have like skin mods and stuff like anime or like even Paimon from Genshin, right? Like he would literally stand there because there's monsters. For those who don't know, lethal that much is monsters that to mimic you. So they're literally mimics. They could look like either you or like your friends, and you like, oh yeah, that's so and so. You know, like what's up? And you just end up dying, and then they legit end up chasing you into they get you, and you die. But one of my friends, he would do this on purpose. He would not do this like, oh, like sorry I wasn't here or whatever. He would do this to actually scare you, to living life out of you. And he would stand there.
You put on the mask and in front of you, and you scream bloody murder at him to not freaking do it, and then he does it
I would do the same.
I would scare the life out of my friends.
Well, out of everyone. Yeah,
Well,
play a horror thing. You have to be scared. So yeah, I would help out with that.
yeah, I would just stand in front of the exit and just put on the mask and just kill myself in front of everybody and just have a good giggle while everybody's cursing me out.
Yeah, no, my friends wouldn't put on a mask or anything. They would just stand there. They would just stand there, and we're always like, "Are they real? Like, talk. Are you real?" And they just run at us like, "Oh shit!" And you just hear them just laughing, like, "Yes, we're so scared." And it's just like we see a real mimic, like, "Dude, stop playing." They're like, "No," they're like hyped because they'll be at the ship or whatever. They're like, "Guys, that's actually not me. I'm at the ship." They're like, "Dude, actually stop playing." And like, I'm not playing. Like he will hop on Discord. He's like, dude, guys, this is not me. I'm at the ship. Like I can show my screen and everything. But oh my god, there was a time in Lethal that there was a Kraken and a Mimic in the same room.
Oh,
and, like,
did you deal with the butler yet? They brought a butler into Lethal.
I seen the butler and he no thank you. No thank you. That's no. I'm out.
Yeah, because that they also have added mods where you can play any creature on the map, and basically you can start following your friends and torture them and follow them some more and go dee 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 like a spring head and like chase after them and go ding and stare at them.
Yeah, and it's crazy. I was right when we entered.
Big Bird Springhead. We made we made Big Bird a Springhead, and there's like so many different ones. Oh my god.
Yeah, definitely. Lethal is not for the weak-hearted. Like I'm weak-hearted, and it's just like I feel like if I play with like JW and Mindful, they're just on like hey, you know, just like when I was like that shit, I was sleepy.
Oh,
Oh.
definitely. I would team up with Mindful to scare you.
I mean, I'm gonna be the
Oh,
worst
this-
teammate because I'm chicken shit in most horror games, but I'm down to try it.
Oh, no,
So
so then,
can we start a fundraiser for Mindful to get a PC?
yes,
yeah.
yes, let's
Yeah,
do
that,
it.
that would be a
Come
good
on.
idea actually, because this
Can you
Chromebook sounds like it's crumbling.
can you imagine playing it on the Chromebook?
No, he's troubling because he refused to
Oh
do.
my god, I have a friend that plays Valorant on a Apple laptop. I'm
Really?
like, how do you play Valorant on an Apple laptop?
Yeah.
Well, I
Um,
think
Like, I'm not even sure
CED
it
was
works on
actually.
Linux.
I think CED was talking about how he jailbroke his Apple Book to act like Windows in order to play certain games on Steam.
Oh, okay.
yeah,
Maybe.
I think there's a program that you gotta put for your Apple laptop to actually be compatible with certain games.
Yeah, because not a lot works on Apple.
Yeah, so it's you know what? The next time I stream, I'm just gonna have like a donation theme, like get mindful of PC type of thing.
Yeah, I agree with this.
Oh.
Well, Mindful doesn't technically have to buy the PC in full. He could do monthly plans, and it's a lot cheaper in a way,
Mindful
and he can
But, like-
still
definitely
get
will.
everything that he wants in it.
I know. I'm sorry. My budget was just tight. That's all I was saying in the Discord. It's a
So-
great idea, Sheila. Just yeah.
I'm actually gonna build a second PC because I have Jed's old PC that he gave it to me. Well, my streaming PC is at my boyfriend's house, and trust me, if I have my streaming PC here, I'll be streaming like every time when I get from work. I'm like, hey, after work shenanigans, and let's go. But I'm actually done build another PC here, so they send this old but nice PC over to Mindful.
Oh. That'd be sweet.
They'll be like, Mindful, this is your early Christmas present from all the way from California here.
Just
So, Sleepy, do you live with your dad or mostly with your boyfriend?
So I live with my mom.
Well,
So okay, so on the weekdays, so like Monday through like into Friday night, I'm at my mom's. But like Friday night to like Monday morning, I'm at his place. So that's why I tend to stream more on the weekends. Is because that's actually my streaming PC. For the PC I have here at my mom's is our friend the Juggernaut's old PC, and like
oh, is it?
it runs. It is, yeah, and just gave it to me.
That's so cool.
Yeah, so he set up. He was at my house and he was like setting it up. I'm like, dude, why is this PC so old? He's like, hey, it's a PC though. I'm like, but it's so bad. I love him. Okay, I love him. I'm here talking shit about him. But like for those, I know a lot of people know about this already. But for those that don't, me and Jess are actually IRL friends. We're actually middle school friends. Middle school up to now friends. He actually lives like 10 minutes away from me.
And you guys have a few
So yeah,
videos together now, I think, right?
yeah, we had I believe on his Twitch or his YouTube video, there's some of me him just hanging out and just doing like Q&A, going
Yeah.
out to eat. And I don't know if he has a VOD of me giving him a haircut.
Yes.
I
yes,
know
he does.
mine. You were in the chat when that happened.
Yeah, no, he has the video still
Um,
up for that one.
Oh, he does. Oh my god.
what video?
So our friend the Juggernaut, I actually, like I said, we're actually like our friends. We've been friends since middle school. So there's a video of me actually being at his house giving him a haircut. My job's a barber. So there's like that whole video thing, and like it's the most funniest thing ever. Because I think after I gave him a haircut, I played a horror game on his stream.
Yep.
If I recall, and everyone was just, I don't know who did it, but like someone scared me with sound alerts, and it was bad. That's the reason. Like after that was like the whole reason. At first, I'm like, oh, I'm not doing a webcam. I'm not do maybe once a blue moon do a face cam. But like after that moment, I'm like, I don't want to do that. I don't want to do that anymore. But yeah, so yeah. Oh, JW, I was wondering on what's your input on the new map coming to Valorant.
I wasn't aware. What's the
Oh,
new?
you were no. So there's a new map coming to Valorant. It's called Abyss. There's a lot of corners where you actually play, to hide. But what's so interesting about Abyss is that you could actually fall off the map and die, and that counts as a death.
Oh, nice. That's interesting.
Yeah.
I could see a lot of interesting plays with the powers of each different operators and cornering people.
There's so many places where you to Omen TP. There's so many places where you to use raised actuals, Jet subgraph, and stuff like that. Dash.
Yeah, but Omen can also accidentally TP in the abyss, in the nothingness.
Oh yeah, no, that actually happened. The esports of Valorant, so the VCTs, it actually happened. It was like international versus China, and like there was so many people like falling off the map, and this is the most hilarious stuff ever. I will find that clip and I'll post it in a Discord for you guys to see it, but it's hilarious.
Yeah, it sounds like a fun time.
Yeah, like you can push people off and it's like
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Well, it's actually a new thing for Valorant, so that's interesting.
Yeah, because like I joke around, like the map Lotus. I don't know if you played on Lotus before.
Oh yeah, I love
Whereas
Lotus.
there's a whole there's like that water behind when you're defending.
Yeah.
And like I made jokes with my friends. I'm like, can we just go swimming in there instead of like playing? Can we just start jumping and swimming? And then now you actually fall off the map. So I don't know.
Everybody hates Lotus, but I actually really like Lotus. I'm very good in that map.
I feel like Lotus is really fun to play with Raze, with Fade. Especially if you do the Raze and Fade combination type of thing.
Yeah, no, I usually play Fade, so yeah.
Yeah, I did too. That or Sage. But yeah, I'm excited for a new map to come out. I'm excited to see, and I'm really excited to stream it, especially if I get to play on the new map. I'm excited to stream it because I want to see, and like from my mods, that my mods that are in here. I'm not saying anything mindful. Mindful. But like I want to clip all the moments where I fell off that map. I feel like it's the most hilarious thing ever. Just to like relive that moment. But I'm looking forward to it. I want to stream Lethal, but like I don't know how to make that work. Very
Yeah, no,
confusing.
I'm not scared for Valorant. They usually have tightly designed, real good map and operators. Like they're really good at balancing everything. I find in pair brackets.
Haven's coming back, so that's
The
another
only
thing.
thing I wish they would do in Lethal is make it so you could pick the screen size that you need it to be at. So you're able to see the whole entire map or what you need to see on your
Mhm.
character because I have an extra wide screen. And when I play Lethal on this particular screen, which this is my main gaming screen, where I stream all the games, I watch it, and then I have like my side screen to be like my OBS and me to monitor the chat and speak to whoever comes in. Uh but no, it is very brutal to actually see everything on this screen at times. And I wish like Lethal would take it into account to fix that issue.
Yeah. But if you are down Friday night, if you want to play some Lethal, I have to ask another friend to play some Lethal with us.
I
And,
can't do it this Friday because it's Father's Day and I'm gonna
Oh
spend
yeah,
it
it
with
is.
my dad.
Oh,
But
it is.
next
Realize
week I definitely do. Since you guys were talking about AAA games, what do you think of the Indiana Jones game that's coming out?
Fucking love
I
it.
haven't heard of it yet.
Fucking love it. That last
Mindful.
well, no, like that last trailer, like holy shit! At that presentation, I was like, "That's all I needed to see." I'm
It's funny
happy.
because it did the opposite effect on me.
Oh no!
No, well, when they first presented it, I was super hyped for it. I thought it looked, great. And then this one, I was like, well, we watched a whole cutscene. I felt like I was being spoiled the movie, and
Yeah.
so I did really enjoy it.
Okay, that I get. That I
But
get. But like when I
I'm
was,
sure the game is fine though.
I like that the
I
cinema scene
might
showed you.
actually stream the game on the Xbox Pass because it said it was an day one Xbox game day, right?
Always guaranteed. Any
Yes.
Xbox game will be on there.
What were you
So
saying? It
that
showed you what?
Just that like it really captured like that Indiana Jones feeling, and that's all I needed to see,
yes.
and like that's
yeah,
what made
for
me
sure.
happy.
Well, you know what that made me remind me of a little bit, like Uncharted.
Yep. Oh
Well,
yeah.
like
Yeah,
in
Uncharted is
Indiana,
based off Indiana Jones and Tomb Raider.
Yeah.
but Indiana Jones is like the movies that like you always want to be part of, and you always wanted to fucking I they never made an Indiana Jones movie besides this one, right? This is the first one that they ever made.
No, there is Indiana Jones games that you can play.
Yeah, but they're
Really?
not like this.
Yeah, no, they're not. There's one for the original Xbox that you can play. I have it somewhere in my house here. I don't know where it is.
There's a couple of movie tie-ins that not great as usual, but that's the first one that seems to be its own thing, but with Indiana Jones characters.
Like for me, it was the whip. That was the first thing that turned me off during that very first like preview and everything. But like I don't know, the second one, I was like, I just even phase me anymore. I'm like, yeah, let's fucking do it. Let's go. I'm even okay with like the first person view, which I know in the beginning was a little bit.
Yeah, I'm okay.
Yeah, I know some people in the beginning were like, nah, I'd rather have third person, but no, like it works. And with those kind of cinema scenes, I don't mind play first person during like the fights and everything.
Sure. Yeah.
Yeah. Good show. Smithy.
Otherwise, was there another game that was a highlight for you for the Game Fest?
Okay. I know we made fun of it at the beginning. Okay, controversial, but like, come on now. Did you not feel like a little bit intrigued with Starfield? Like that DLC?
No.
Really? That DLC I thought
No.
sold it. Shit. what?
Not at all. And then reading about the DLC being half free, half paid, even less. So
Yeah, like that kind of sucks, but like, I don't know. It just, I felt like Starfield when it came out, it didn't feel like anything. Like there was no bad guy. Like I'm sure there is in the game, right? But like I don't know, the trailers and everything didn't do anything for me. But like this one, I was like, okay, we got that like nice horror vibe. That's kind of what I want when I go into space in a video game. It has
you know, I don't want to ruin this for you, but it's just like extra quest or a couple of extra quests, right? Like it's not a
I know,
giant expansion.
but it's kind of like it's what I wanted. It's
It's
like
gonna be the same game.
no, I want to be so hopeful for this.
I know.
But I know what you mean. I'm gonna go into it. It might be like 5 hours of content. It'll be like shit. Like, but I don't know.
And I don't know when the quest is. Like, do you need to be at the end game or can you do it right away? It's interesting, right?
That's true. Yeah, and all the podcasts I listen to, they're not sure either. Like a lot of them are redoing the game just to be safe. Um, yeah. I don't know where that's gonna take place. Like, again, I didn't play all the way through Cyberpunk, but did Cyberpunk make you play through the entire game before you could do the expansions? Just out of curiosity.
I didn't do the expansions,
No. Okay. Shit. Okay.
but I think yes. But Cyberpunk is much shorter.
Yeah.
The main quest is, right?
Yeah. Like, see, yeah, okay. I guess I should better compare it to a Bethesda game. Like, I'm thinking Skyrim. Skyrim, you didn't have to. You kind of just stumbled across them through conversations. So maybe Starfield
Yeah.
will be like that too. I don't know. I don't know.
Well, highly likely. It's the same people.
Yeah, like I said, I don't know. It caught my eye. I like the whole horror scene they were setting on there. But you're right too. I mean, this could just be like a 5 hour nothing. This could be 2 quests. We don't know. Yeah, I hope it's good.
I hope it is for you as well.
And then the other one I got excited for was like no surprise. The Sonic Generations with Shadow. I mean, we already knew a lot about this, right?
Yes, that game is on my wish list.
Yeah.
A game that I was really excited for, which you guys really haven't talked too much about, was originally an NES game. It's Clock Towers.
Oh, I didn't even see that one
Yeah,
announced. Sorry.
because I don't really care about it.
What?
I think people would really like that single player horror game because that came out way before even Silent Hill did, and a lot of people were please, that game is expensive as hell to find. I think that game.
Yes. Yeah, it's very expensive.
Yeah, well, it's a cult classic now.
Um,
Um,
you know who will hype it up with you though, Sheila? Jimmy. I know Jimmy likes that game.
Yeah,
oh no, I'm sorry. It was a PlayStation game. But I thought it was originally on the NES.
I mean, I
you
get it.
know,
No, it's
something funny with the Sonic Generation thing.
What's that?
Like I thought it looked cool until that last bit when suddenly Shadow grows like gooey wings.
Oh
Then
yeah,
I got PTSD from that werewolf Sonic game, and then I was like, no, I'm out.
I know. I saw it too. I was like, "What the fuck is this?" um, oh man, but just like before that happened, like just all those levels with Shadow,
Yeah.
I was like, man, I forgot how good Shadow like is as a character to play as. Yeah, I'm excited.
I mean, he plays like Sonic,
Yeah, but
unless you play the gun game.
but I don't know. It always feels like a little more edge with him. I don't know. It's just that
Well,
feeling.
yeah,
they
of
give
course,
you.
because he's broody. He's basically Vegeta.
Yeah, exactly. There you go. He's the Vegeta of the group.
Yeah.
Um.
Or like the anime trope Tsundere, where
Oh.
he acts like he doesn't want anything and he like always angry with everyone, but actually he wants love.
I still think that was the funniest and like lamest part of Dragon Ball Z was just watching Vegeta settle down, watching him go from like I'm gonna destroy the Earth to I'm gonna make a family. Like this fucking guy.
Well, I think they didn't know what to do with him because
It's so
Dragon Ball
true.
Dragon Ball Z was supposed to finish after Freezer,
Yep.
and then it was like, okay, what do we do with him? Okay, he suddenly made a baby with Bulma. It's like, what? When? How? What happened? Like they really just throw it out there like that with the Android saga.
I know it's like they had no connection, him and like Bulma in the Namek part of the series. It's just like, yep, they hooked up.
Yeah, because she finds him cute until like he's a dick, and then she hates him.
Which is a dick all the time.
But I guess they snug up on the ship. I don't know.
Did you watch it growing up there, Ice Queen? Dragon Ball Z was definitely one of my favorite TV shows growing up. GT was okay. Also, I was gonna say earlier, super fucking cool that you were streaming Magic the Gathering. I did catch that one. I thought that was badass.
She plays a lot of Magic the Gathering.
I love
That's-
Magic. Is my jam.
She is better than me in the game because I suck it. I cannot beat the blue deck for my life. Somehow, some way, she beat the blue deck, and I don't understand because the blue deck is fucking annoying as hell.
Oh, of course.
Anyway,
Counterspell. Come on now. That's
she plays that one, and she also plays, which I actually played a lot of it on stream for myself, and I was finding it very humorous, which I think she should bring it back to her stream, is the one with the Fall Guys characters, and I can't remember which card game that was at this moment in time.
well, okay.
It is...
Not to go too off topic, but like Ice Queen, if you ever get the chance, you gotta play Magic the Gathering Battlegrounds. It was originally on the Xbox. So stupid, but so damn good. I like anyone who's ever like heard my streams, you probably heard me go like at one point just like stupid like Raging Goblin or Windrake. Like those are all sound clips from that fucking game, and it's just it's so stupid. It's not even like close to Magic. Like it's so far off the rails. But it's so much fun. It's just so much fun to play that game. And like that's literally all you'll do. You'll just summon the same card over and over again, and that's enough to like win the match. Because it's two opponents on left, right the field, and you can cross the field over to smack your opponent with your staff if you want to, or you could actually like summon cards. Oh, okay. You don't have an Xbox One.
Yeah, she is, she's a PC gamer like me.
Just saying.
That's how
Hey,
we basically met.
maybe it can be emulated.
And
I don't know.
how we actually met was we actually used to have competitions with one another when it was the old Magic Gathering before they decided to remove the older decks. Because they basically went with all new decks on the virtual side of it, and
Yeah.
I'm just like, man.
Yeah, though their focus is the newer generation of Magic. Even in tournaments and all that, it's changed quite a bit. What'd you guys think about that Karen game? The game with the great title.
Didn't care.
Yeah, right. Like you're climbing
It's
up.
a climbing thing.
Yeah,
Again.
yeah, exactly.
I guess it's a genre now of super obtuse hard climbing mechanics.
And just how much they tried to hype it up to. I was like, it's okay, guys. It's not that big of a game.
No, some people like it. It has a big enough audience to that it's almost its own genre now. So.
Yeah, I remember. Okay, I remember before. I can't remember the title of it, but I know the super sure were the ones that played it. It was like a guy that was in like a witch's pot or whatever, and I think he had like a pickaxe, and your goal was like to slowly climb up the mountain.
Yeah.
Do you remember that one, JW?
I know what you're talking
Yeah,
about,
I feel like that's when that first started to like kick off, like when
Yes,
that game-
exactly.
yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, that was a stupid game.
I mean, there were others. That one popularized it.
Yeah, it's such a stupid game.
Yeah,
um,
I don't get it.
yeah, I just don't get the fun behind it. But whatever, to each their own.
Exactly. It's almost like I don't know if you know these old sites when you were younger,
Oh,
like
no, hush! I didn't teach you anything about magic. Don't you lie.
Sorry, W.
what?
No, Ice Cream made a comment
No,
saying that she met Sheila
Oh,
from a friend of hers teaching magic.
oh, I was just talking. You know these old like sites where you would just play the game on the browser,
Yep,
like mini and muffin zones and I don't know
Newgrounds.
what else. That these types of games make me think of that. A game I would just click on and then for like a while I would just climb on stuff and then go to another game. That's what it makes me think of. And now they want to make me pay it.
Yeah, so true. That's exactly how I feel too.
I mean, I'm sure there's a lot of effort that went to it. I don't want to insult like the effort that went behind making those games, but this is what I see every time I see something like this.
Yeah, like I said, I definitely appeal to some people, but yeah, for me too, it didn't really click. How about Tears of Metal?
What's that? I don't remember.
That one was who was it here? Tears of Metal is the medieval hack and slash co-op roguelike. Carve through hordes of enemies to reclaim your island with the help of your formidable Scottish platoon. As you advance deeper into the trenches, uncover more of the mystery dragon.
Oh, right.
Yeah, like it had the really cool art style. That's what made me remember it. Like it looked kind of silly and badass.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. It seemed interesting. I don't think it's for me, but it seemed interesting enough.
It's like you summed up good earlier with another game, but I feel like this is like a streamer game. Like it's just kind of silly and goofy and something you'd want to
Yeah.
watch. Yeah. Just going back to my list. Yeah, I think we got most of these. Oh, sorry, I did miss that. Oh fuck, I'm gonna screw this name up. But the Black Myth Wukong. Yeah.
Another Souls-like.
Yeah.
What else?
I mean, you had to have one of the show, right?
I mean, actually, speaking of Souls-like, there is a Souls-like that I've played on the Steam demo that was announced in the Summerfest that I actually found was very good. That I'll probably buy. I'm trying to remember the name. I think it's Flintlock, The Siege of Dawn.
Oh, yeah. I remember.
Yes.
Yeah, that was one you were excited over.
Yeah, because the visuals and the universe seem really cool, which it is, and the characters are interesting and fun to listen to. Because I played the demo for it, and it's a bit more Souls-likey that I would have liked, but maybe it's just the start because there's a bunch of skills that you unlocked, and a bit like Stellar Blade, where when you first start off, it's sort of a bit Souls-like-ish, but the more you progress, the less it is. But it has this weird concept where the more you do moves and hit without getting, the bigger the amount of souls you'll get, bonus souls, basically.
Ooh, that's cool.
And you have to press a button when you want to collect those souls. So, meaning you could, if you're good enough, you could chain, let's say, multiple enemies and have a giant amount of souls at the end. Right?
That's
Instead of just getting one soul off an enemy, one soul off another enemy. See what I mean?
Yeah, I like that. That's actually a really cool mechanic.
Oh, it really pushes you to go and combo, not only combo on enemies, but try to go through without dying, without getting hit, without, all of that. And if you die, of course, it's the classic thing of you lose your souls and you need to go back to your body if you want to get your souls back.
Yep. Yeah, no,
And it has an open map. It's a bit less linear than I thought. Actually, it's quite big, the map.
Yeah, no, that game did look really interesting. And the other one too, I was surprised I didn't see you mention it. I don't know, it just looked like what you might be interested in was Unknown 9 Awakening.
Yeah, no, we mentioned it earlier. That's the one where I was saying it looked like a mix of Hindu and
Oh
sci-fi
yeah,
with
yeah.
mind controls and stuff. Yeah, you look. No, it's already in my wish list. It really interests me. That one. It
Okay.
looks cool and original, even on a gameplay level.
Um Yeah, I know. Yeah, like really. I mean, there's a whole bunch of like little indie games too. If you guys are interested, you could definitely shout out. The only other one I had that was exciting. I mean, Doom was neat to see. Doom's just dumb fun in my opinion.
Yeah, exactly. It was neat, but not.
Yeah, right. Like it's not like anything I'm jumping out of my seat for, but the same breath, I'm like, yeah, it looks like a lot of fun to play. Like I'd probably have a good playthrough with that one. The Gears one was one that definitely got me. Like I'm not a big Gears fan,
Well,
but that
that
trailer,
actually interests me because I played a lot of the Gears Wars when I did have an Xbox. I haven't played the newer one 4 or 5 yet.
same, yeah.
But I do want to get back into Gears War and do all of them. Which, yeah, I have a ton of shit to do on stream, and not enough time, and I keep avoiding to play games because that's my issue. But yeah,
No, I'm with you. I definitely want to go through them all again. I know I was trying to convince Jimmy to do a few games with me. Hopefully on stream. But yeah, no, the Immersions Day is fucking cool. Like I'm excited to
but
see
I
how
don't
that
know
comes
if
out.
that's his kids or that's dumb.
No, that's
No, that's
Bob.
Asking
them
the
younger.
past.
Yeah, that's them
Yeah, no,
younger.
that's them younger. It's the E-Day,
Yeah, this is before,
Okay,
the day of the invasion.
okay,
and there's like a lot
yeah,
of fucking story to go behind. Like, I mean, you got to remember in Gears 1, right? Like when you meet the main character, he's already in prison. Like he's already been arrested and all that. So
yes,
we get to see all prior to that, prior to him meeting Cole, and it was just like Dom and Marcus, and like the brothers, so to speak. Yeah, it just it's gonna be fucking cool. Like that trailer got me piped. I know a lot of
Is
people.
it just me, or are Gears of War like the Fast and Furious of the video game industry? Not in terms of the amount of movies, but in terms of the sort of, I don't know, the sort of style of brotherly and family
Oh,
type of
it's so true.
team.
Yeah, no,
Yeah,
100%. Especially like when I only played Gears 1, right? But like I've seen like bits and pieces of 2 and 3. But I was gonna say it earlier, it's that total like macho man, like 80s action style, you know?
yeah,
Like you're gonna have that handshake going, brother, we got this. Like
and that kind of dialogue of we're
yeah.
family. Family doesn't let someone behind.
It's like that guy's like cornered in the room and his partner bursts through going, don't worry, I got you, brother. Like I thought you
Yeah.
left. No. Oh, but I fucking
And it
love it.
really so because I have this association, every time someone says Dom, I always think of Vin Diesel because that's the name they give him in Fast and Furious.
That's so
So I was
true.
saying like, oh, Vin Diesel in Gears of War. They're like, no, that's not true.
That's too good. I didn't realize that. Oh, so so is this a game you want to get, Sheila? Like, would you be interested?
definitely want to pick it up unless it's on the Game Pass, which is definitely going to be.
Yep, 100%.
But there's a ton of them that I have looked up or looked interested in. There's what the okay. My Steam just decided to exit me out of it. I'm like, okay, I wasn't done looking at you, but whatever. But there was a game that I was looking at. It's a horror game. It has a multi-ending to it, and it looks pretty good. What is it called? It's called Oh, also Timberborn, whatever they did to that game, that game looks very cutesy, very farmy, very relaxing. But the game that I was discussing, it is called Who Am I? Remedy.
Who am I?
Who Am
Alan
I?
Wake.
Remedy. I should put it in the Discord chat so people could see the game that.
Oh, the game is called Who Am I Remedy. I thought it was a riddle you were asking.
No,
I think it
that
was,
is actually the name of the game, and it has multi endings to it, so you can play a multiple amounts of times and get different endings. I don't know technically how many endings they're gonna make to the game. There could be 2 different endings, or 3, or 4, depending on how long. I guess your decisions causes it to happen in the game. Um, I kind of like those type of games. Those are games that I always uh are interested in playing, and I have many of them that I do want to play on stream. Like I said, I should just freaking quit working and do this full time, but I can't. Unfortunately, I can't do that.
hey, you never know. Maybe one day you'll be able to.
Yeah, well, we all wish.
I always said, right? Start off small. Start to hope that you can at least do it part time, and then you never know what happens from there. Um,
Just have fun with it.
that too, yeah.
Have fun with the process more so than the ending.
I guess the other
I
big,
would be stress free. I would be stress free. I would be traveling. I'll be shit going to go see all you guys. You know,
she'll have the time for life. I guess the last one that I could think of that was big title was South of Midnight. Sorry, I did forget to mention that one.
Oh yeah, me too.
I liked it. I don't know how you guys are feeling. It was
Oh,
I did
it's
not see that
visually
one.
cool. It's visually cool. I wasn't convinced with the combat and the sort of open world design of it.
like what was throwing you
Meaning,
off.
well, the combat seemed, fine, but not great. It looked okay, normal. And by the open world design, I mean, like, I haven't seen the HUD, but like Jonesy mentioned, oh, now you can go, up churches and, maybe see the whole map or unlock parts of the fog. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
That whole sort of Ubisoft type of thing. I hope it's not that, but I have a sneaking suspicion that he's right.
that's true. Yeah,
What would your JW? Because I know you saw the Steam Fest, that Monkey Simulator game.
I don't know. I don't know what. I didn't check every game. I don't
Okay,
know.
because there was a Monkey Simulator game that you could have like a grapple and a gun, and it seemed very funny, very entertaining to do on stream. But I don't know if I'll actually ever get it. You know, a monkey simulator and have a musket.
Oh, I'm looking at a video now. Well, that
There's
looks cool, actually.
there's a game on Steam that is called Crab Champions. I feel like it's something like you play for like shits and giggles for stream if you want to chill,
oh,
and you literally just play as a crab.
yeah.
You just shoot at
JW will know him. Hot Panic played that on a stream. I remember that game. It was just like 2 fucking crabs or giant monsters, where they were just fighting and duking it out.
Yeah, I feel
Yeah,
like that's like if you want to like have a chill stream, that's something you need to do.
yeah, it looked really funny.
Or like there's another crab game that one of my friends pointed out that you could go against with your friends, and you guys literally play as crabs and just try to take each other out. And I thought that was the most funniest shit ever. Just something like a little bit of chaos, because for like Mindful to tell you, Mindful been in my streams a few times that my streams are just completely other chaos. So it's just so that's fun. Something to relax too. I actually just bought a game on stream on Steam right now. And I'm waiting for it to download that I've been wanting to get for so long, and since I got paid yesterday, I'm kind of spending money. So
You gotta treat yourself.
I don't know if I treat myself. The game I got is a story-based game. So it's called The Legend of Heroes. The Legend of Heroes Trails from Zero. So like it's an anime story-based game.
Oh.
So like I don't know if I'm gonna play it on stream because that involves reading out loud, and my English is not that great. So I'm just
What
like
do you mean your English is not that great? You sound what?
like for me
You live in
reading
California. What do you mean?
I mean, technically, English is technically my second language. I grew up in California. I grew up in the States, but like I spoke more Vietnamese growing up than I spoke English.
Oh, I see. Okay.
Yeah, so it's I don't know. I say it's my second language, but technically it's my first.
Well,
People keep debating about that.
to me, your English sounds quite fine.
Agreed.
That's why I don't really like talking on stream. That's why I like playing Valorant, because I'm like, oh fuck, this is like I don't have to read out loud. And it's just like I cover my little PNG covers the chat in Valorant. Cause I feel like there's some stuff that people say in Valorant that should not be shown on stream.
Oh yeah, I can imagine.
JW, you know what I mean. There's some stuff where you're just like, whoa, chill. But yeah, I think this is more a chill like game if no one's on Valorant or anything. Or no one's like playing Lethal or DVD. I think this is the game for me just to chill.
That'd be cool. I'm excited to see you play it.
Yeah,
I have, I think, 3 indie games and 1 major AAA game that I want to mention. That so in indies that they mentioned in Summerfest, Wonder Stars. I tried the demo on Steam, which was very good. It's like a Dragon Ball anime type of thing, but in a turn-based
Okay.
style, where you associate words together to make more powerful attacks or add elements to
I
your hit.
actually seen that that trailer. If you
Yeah,
want
no,
to pull the trailer of the
Oh yeah, this one. Yeah, that's cute.
yeah, the style is nice and it's really. I had a great time. The writing is funny and great as well. So, there's the I'm Your Beast game, where it's basically, I guess, a trained killer that turns against his agency, but he's stuck in the wood, and so every mission there's like certain objective to follow, and it's a bit like Super Hot, but without the annoying bits.
Okay.
So like there's a lot of running around and repeating
I
the
would
same
love
level
to
to
see
target
Mindful
the
Pig
right,
do Super Hot.
a lot of targets to hit, and you redo the level to do the objectives and all that, right?
Yeah.
The action, and you use the weapons around you, and like it's super well made. But specifically, the style of it is very sort of simplistic and visually interesting, and the writing as well of the characters is very nice. Like I would love to just listen to the characters talk all day long. Like it's very nice because between missions, you hear your main character talk with his handler and other agents, and it's very nice. Their personalities are great. Really like that one as well.
Yeah, that sounds interesting.
And lastly, for the indie games, Airframe Ultra is a game that looked super fun. Basically, it's this sort of almost like 90s dystopian. In the 90s, a lot of the dystopian future was like disgusting and ugly.
Yeah.
Oh, it's sort of that with like giant sci-fi motorcycles, and you sort of race, go around, and hit stuff on the way, and it looks super interesting. I'm going to put the link here. And as the AAA game that we haven't talked about that was one of my highlights was the new remake of Perfect Dark that they're doing. And what did you think of it, Mindful?
Sorry, I had a little there. I was excited. Like I said, Perfect Dark's that kind of game where I feel like what you were describing earlier too, right? Every entry of it is going to be a little bit different, so I'm okay with it, like being, maybe not like how the N64 one was, but still, holding on to, like we said, to those gadgets, those different unique styles with the guns, right? Having two different features.
Yeah, it seems a bit like a mix of the first and second one.
Yeah. So I'm like, I'm down for it. I think that was one of the games where people were hating on the character, how it looked or something, like the character's face. But like I don't know, I didn't see issues with it. I think it looked like an interesting game. I thought it was.
I don't know. It depends of the angle. Like there's some angle where for some reason she has a giant jaw with a super chin, like if she had the jaw of Clark Kent. But depending of the angle, it doesn't show. So I don't know.
Yeah, I mean,
Like there's some images that look worse than others.
I mean, how she took down those guys, right? She jumps off the tower, wherever the heck it was, and
Oh yeah, it was cool.
yeah, right. There's just a lot of cool scenes. I'm really curious to see how it plays out. When you were talking about those games too, there was one I can't remember the title now. It's completely gone out of my head, but it was kind of like the finals, right? Like it was one of those games, but you got to use cards to change how the rules are
Oh
played.
right.
Yeah, there was like that big.
Yeah, I don't know the name.
Yeah, there was like a big head mode that you could have activate, right? I'm just shooting the shit here, but I'm sure there's a card lets you phase through walls and shit like that. I thought
Yeah,
that
basically a 5v5 multiplayer with the GoldenEye cheats on.
yeah, and like I was like, okay, that's kind of cool. Like I'd be down to play that. Like,
Yeah, it seems super fun.
yeah.
I just don't remember the title.
No, neither do I. And like, I know in one of the podcasts I was listening to, they were talking about that, and I guess one of the guys had the opportunity to talk to one of the developers, right? And he's like, okay, like, what happens if you have a super powerful card? Like, what are you guys gonna do about it? And they're like, they're not even like phasing that into their head. They're just like, like if something's overpowered, then we'll look at the one that's the least popular, right? And we'll ramp that up a little bit more, or maybe we'll make the one that is overpowered cost more coins or whatever the currency is to cast these cards. Because that's the cool part. I didn't realize that like your whole team has to agree on what the card is. You're all putting funds in.
Oh,
Yeah, everyone's putting funds into that. So it's very.
I don't know if I like that actually.
It would be a game you'd almost have to play with your friends because like everyone has to be in communication,
Yeah.
right? Yeah, a little different than what it seemed like in the trailer.
Oh, sort of disappointed now.
He just gets right turned off.
Yeah.
I don't know.
The best indie game that I actually tried on is the world's worst handyman. Great game. Funny as hell. I was having a good time playing the trailer.
Which one was that, Sheila?
Cool.
Sorry, I missed the title of it.
World Worst Handyman.
Oh, okay. I haven't heard of that one. If you get the
No,
chance.
actually, they showed it on the Summerfest. It was actually one of the first ones that they did, and it looked funny. It plays funny. A granny beats the shit out of you each and every time a shit catches you. You run like a little bitch, like a bitch girl, and it's just hilarious. A fucking game. I could not stop laughing about it.
You just want to keep experiencing that naughty bear feeling.
Yes,
um,
because that was just great.
Ice Queen just gave a quick little shout out there. She said from time to time I also play Alice the Madness Returns and Bendy and the Ink Machine. I always wanted to try Bendy and the Ink Machine. I heard how good
Yeah,
that game
the
was.
Alice games are great.
Yeah.
I love them.
Just gonna say it's on Game Pass, folks. If y'all want to download it. But Ice Queen, Sheila, and Sleepy, and OJW and myself got to say our final picks. But do you guys have anything else that you wanted to shout out from Game Fest that you think is worth mentioning?
Cat Quest 3.
Which one?
Cat Quest 3.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, I forgot that one has a third entry. I mean, I played
That I actually one of my streamer buddies, she is a beast, a platinum fanatic. She beats all these games on platinum on her PlayStation. She's crazy. I mean, every game that she basically owns, she platinum the crap out of it, and she just beat Cat Quest 1. And she cannot keep a serious face about it, which, technically speaking, that means I would enjoy the game. Because most of the games she plays, they are cutesy, they
Yeah.
are not that bad. She also enjoyed the crap out of Dragon Dogemy, which she actually played that game alone like 3 times on stream.
Yeah, like it's an interesting
And
game.
Dragon Age Inquisition, she does that game, the original, all the time. I don't know her thoughts of the new one coming out. Is she would appreciate the art style? Because she actually liked the older style of the game, but I don't know if they actually brought any trailers out before this one. Or this is the first Dragon Age trailer that they brought out in a long time. They
Um,
talked about bringing out the new one, but I don't know if she's happy with it.
there is
Which I can't actually answer.
there is a second trailer for Dragon Age if you do want to see it. I'll share that one with you afterwards. It's nothing that's gonna change your opinion if you felt the way you
Yeah,
did.
no, it's not selling you.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
The whole 3D animation cartoony look of Dragon Age acquisition, I'm like, this is not what I wanted as this game, and I don't think a lot of the original Dragon Age Inquisition people wanted because they liked the style of Baldur's Gate 3. Uh Dragon Doggy 1 and 2. And those type of type of games because that's, you know, Forspoken she even played the crap out of, which Forspoken is in that category. Yeah. It is a decent game if you ever want to play that on the PlayStation 4. It is a great game that if you can pick it up on the Game Pass for the PlayStation, I think you should at least give it a shot.
Yeah, no, I
Oh.
keep my eye out for that game.
I wonder, is this new Dragon Age rated M or T?
I will let you know in a second. I'm actually gonna go on my app and look.
Yeah, that's a good question.
Because
I'm trying to find it. I can't find it. And this looked like a very teen-made game, or at least gated like it. You know, compared to Dragon Age Inquisition, let's say.
they actually don't have a rating on
yet.
it.
Yeah.
They have
okay.
action, they have RPG, but why does it now look completely different? I'm sorry, what? Is this the same thing that we saw on the thing? Because this looks a lot of what I was expecting Dragon Age to be, but this is not what they showed in the trailer. I'm gonna bring this to the Discord because I need to show you guys the difference that I'm seeing between that Dragon Age and the Dragon Age that we all saw on, because this is not the same thing. And they didn't even put the trailer on Steam when you're looking at it.
Yeah, it's possible that Steam did not update their release date. Same thing with Slitherhead. They've announced a release date, but it's not
No, but
there
the
on Steam.
artwork, that's what I mean. The artwork and the style of the game is not what they showed at the actual trailer. This
Oh.
style of artwork is what I was expecting Dragon Age to be.
Yeah, that's true. This would be completely different.
This is not the Dragon Age that we saw. So, what kind of trailer were they actually trying to introduce?
Well, screenshots are easier to
Yeah,
make pretty than
I was gonna say if
games.
you scroll down, right, you do get that. You're back to the disappointing Dragon Age. I mean,
I love that. That's now will be its name, the disappointing Dragon Age. Dragon Age, the disappointment.
that'd be the best.
Because, like I said, the screenshots and the way they showed the cities and everything, that's what I was expecting Dragon Age to be.
Yeah,
In like a green, like the one that I told you, Greenfall, or no, the one that JWS I'm gonna bug you about.
Yeah, Greedfall.
yeah,
Yeah, that's what that reminded me of, like the scenery around it, and like a Dragon Age type of like
yeah.
the thing, but that's not what I'm looking at.
and it's-
so
and it's
I
That's
don't know.
marketing of big companies.
They say instead you got World of Warcraft, pretty much. You know, like it was complete opposite of what you're expecting. Yeah. I mean, I'm interested, Sheila. We'll have to see. We'll have to see what kind of trailers come out as we progress through.
Exactly. Maybe that was a mistake trailer that like everybody just
I
be
doubt it.
like basically went ham on the actual people
Well,
that made the game.
That game is dead on arrival. It's going
Yeah.
to be a worse thing than Andromeda for sure.
Oh yeah. Oh my God. That's right. Yeah, I forgot they had that mess.
Like I'm calling it right now, it will be a worse mess than Andromeda. Because Andromeda had problems, but like it had some redeeming qualities as well.
Yeah.
And no,
It just had a lot of
um,
bugs.
no, it's just assumptions. But I'm assuming that it won't be the case for Dragon Age Disappointment.
Man, BioWare really needs to make a comeback if this flops. Shit.
Well, if it flops, that was my question earlier. If it flops, are they dead, or they are dead if the next Mass Effect flops?
Yeah, 'cause I agree with you. 'Cause that's really all they have left, right? That's their final trump card at this point.
Well, also because they've hinted at it here and there with small teasers and stuff, right?
Yeah. 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 No, I'm with you.
It'll be interesting.
It will. I mean, hey, it could be the we're saying there might be a Mass Effect, but if this flops, I mean, the reality is too, it could just be a studio shutdown too. We might not even get Mass Effect if this doesn't do well.
Yeah.
So yeah.
Yeah.
Come on, BioWare, get your shit together.
Oh, I think it's too late now with what we've seen, unless they like push it off for like another 4 years and chill a lot of stuff.
Well, I think that's what's gonna happen because I think it like
They can't
said
push it
that
off for another 4 or 5 years.
No, they could.
They've already spent budget,
Yeah.
heavy budgets on making this. They can't just push it off and hope for the best.
It's pretty much like you have to ride the storm now. It'd have to be like updates and stuff like that to hopefully
Yep.
bring the fan base.
Because they don't even have an out. They just did a trailer. They don't even have it coming out this year or next year. So, the trailer basically did wonders for their fans.
Well,
Because they didn't have an outdate.
the funny part was like that was the kind of a consensus with all the games, just about like I mean some had hard releases, but a lot, if you didn't know, it said like fall of 2024 or 2025, right? There was no actual like set dates with a lot of games, especially the Xbox ones.
Because I think they want to see how people reacted. I think they also wanted to see with that trailer how many people would add it onto their wish list. And since a lot of people they didn't add it on, they probably backfired from releasing an actual date.
Well, I think there will be pushbacks. I think they wanted to show that there is content in 2024, but since they can't put a date on it, that they're just saying there's going to be content on 2024 until you get to the end of 2024 and realize, wait, half of the games that were said to be in 2024 are actually pushed back to 2025.
Yep, I can see that.
No, I think the outcome of the actual gameplay and what they actually introduced brought their ratings of how many people actually wanted it down.
I guess time will.
But yeah, I think we covered a good chunk here, guys. Yeah, I mean this was fun. I was excited to hear everyone's opinions on this, and it was nice to see you hop in, Sleepy. That was a wild card I wasn't expecting. Yeah, we just
I actually wanted to talk more of Perfect Dark, but another time. Like it's too late now.
yeah, no worries. We could definitely dive into that one again next time. Actually, it'd be kind of fun. Maybe I'll play a little Perfect Dark on the sidelines there, and then we have our discussion in 2 weeks. Yeah, I can hear a little more with you, JW. We can kind of talk about the original Perfect Dark a little bit too.
Well, not just the original, the
Yeah,
new
no, of course.
because we haven't talked much about it.
No, I just mean like to have that comparison between
Sure.
we see in the trailer and the original game. But yeah, thank you guys. I really appreciate it. I appreciate you all being here, and this was fun to do. And thank you, Ice Queen. You've been in the chat for quite a while there. I appreciate that. Yeah, I hope you guys have a wonderful evening. And thanks for stopping in.
Till next
Bye.
time.
Thank you.
Bye. And then for everybody else, of course, here, let me just do my annoying thing here where I click things and close things and open things. There we go. To everyone else, though, thank you guys again for stopping in. I do apologize one last time to the YouTube squad because unfortunately you are going to see just this. It's going to be some bare bones podcasting. Hopefully you can see from my screen share most of the stuff that JW and Sheila put up. Huge thank you to the both of them. Thank you for having some visuals for our conversation. I really appreciate it. Yeah, that's pretty much it. I just want to get part of the hype train. I don't want this video to take 2 weeks and for you guys not to have that excitement behind it. After a few weeks, obviously people forget about Game Fest and they'll forget about half these games. So I gotta upload this as quickly as I can. Tomorrow. Will just be a normal hour-long Skyrim stream, nothing special. Friday, I had a game requested by Sheila, and I have to look in the Discord. I'm sorry, I'm a piece of crap. I totally forgot what it was that she requested, but I will be playing that game. I know it was one that her and JW, I think, both picked out together. Yeah, and then we'll be right back to Monday again, which I don't know what we'll do for community night, but hopefully I'll find out. But anyway, I will catch you guys all in 2 weeks if you're going to tune into the podcast. If you just want to see some more Mindful Pig, like I said, hopefully I'll see you tomorrow on YouTube, or if not, Friday again on Twitch. And in the meantime, you guys all have a beautiful night, and thank you for tuning in. Bye.